Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brock Beard from lastcar.info, and welcome to a very special episode of Behind the Wall, the post-race show that comes on after the race, or in this case, 20 years ago today. Believe it or not, this channel was started, and welcome to this very special 20th anniversary live stream here. We're going to get to the 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350 very soon here. We're going to do a little bit of a lead in here for a few minutes while everybody filters in here and talk a little bit about the channel, talk a little bit about the history, and we'll get into that a little bit. Before we get any further, though, I do want to lead off here with some sad news here. Of course, the report from just yesterday, the passing of Steve Wade. Condolences to his friends and family, and a tremendous career that he had. I didn't get the good fortune of meeting him in person when I did the interview with Rick Houston at the Scene Vault podcast last year for the interview with Jerry Nadeau. But of course, big fan of his work, both just not only his writing, but also, of course, his TV appearances, and then, of course, the podcast on top of that. And as he always said, the day that NASCAR forgets its past is the day it doesn't have any future. And it is now up to the rest of us to keep that torch going. And so this stream very much dedicated to him. And in that same spirit, we will continue to do so. Thank you so much for your support of this channel, first and foremost here. 20 years ago, I started this YouTube channel here, not really knowing exactly what I was going to do with it. In fact, actually, if my memory serves correctly, in June of 2006, when YouTube was very much in its infancy and, whatever videos were out there, I believe I had looked up a clip. I think there was the clip out there of the accident that occurred during the filming of the Twilight Zone film that cost the life of Vic Morrow and the other actors that were with him there at the time. And I believe I had to start an account to look up that video there. And so that's kind of where the channel came in there. Kind of an unusual deal there. I mean, some videos, I guess I think it was like some videos were age restricted or something. And so it came in there. So really, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to be doing with the channel, in general. It was just really a matter of just getting access to videos here on YouTube. And back at that time, there really weren't that many videos, and there were very few NASCAR videos out there. And I had absolutely no background in, producing videos or figuring that out. It's kind of strange to think of that in the past tense. It doesn't feel that long ago, but, very much was so. I think my channel is maybe only about 2 months younger than the Angry Video Game Nerds. So, others kind of, around that same time period there. There was very little NASCAR content on there, and there was also like about a 10-minute limit on video clips at the time. So the best I could figure out, there were people that had some video clips that they'd saved on there and that were shared on there. For example, for Jerry Nadeau, the only clip that of him that showed up on the entire list was an interview with him, I believe, about 2 or 3 years after his accident for the Speed Channel. And I was like, well, hey, I got all these old DVDs and races that I've recorded over the years. It'd be great to just have some clips up there. And yeah, I would just literally, but I didn't know what video capturing or any of that stuff was. I did know I had a digital camera and that I recorded footage from the racetrack, including for the very race we're going to watch tonight, the 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350, recorded footage for those races. And I figured, well, okay, I mean, on the computers could be the same thing. So I would play it on my computer, turn the volume up as high as I could, and just play that there. So some of the oldest video clips you see on this channel were literally me just pointing a digital camera at a computer screen and recording some clips there, whether it was Ken Schrader's flip at Talladega or Jerry Nadeau's bonsai move into turn 2 at Sears Point in 98. Or some other moments there in between. And again, with a 10-minute limit, so it couldn't be the whole race. And anything like that. So that was kind of the start of this channel here. And then, of course, later on, the starting grids came up. That was after kind of a challenging 2007, where I looked into doing other things with the sport. I had one website where I was originally going to do like race reviews that were like poems, because I took some poetry classes in college. That didn't really go anywhere. I tried song lyrics, which got me a podcast gig over at Race Talk Radio, but I can't carry a tune, so that kind of petered out there as well. Did race reviews where I did a very poor impersonation of Barney Hall, and did that on the podcast, and that was a bit more popular. But also by 2008, really at that point there, I was kind of like, okay, well, these starting grids are always interesting to me, and trying to figure out, how they made them back in the day with Ken Squire and everything, and really kind of realizing that, graphically, it wasn't too complicated. It was a matter of very, very simple animations. You had pictures assembled together, and then the transitions from one to the next. It would reveal one car, reveal one, another car, reveal driver's face or another's, and used Microsoft Paint very early on there. I took a Photoshop class at a community college soon after, where I was able to figure out how to not make the cars look all squished and everything, and try to make the graphics a little bit more polished. And that's where the grids came from, and did that for a few years. Still happy to do that for Daytona, and from there. And yeah, I mean, that was great. I still like doing the grids. I've recently made an announcement over at the Patreon that I wasn't going to have those be like a new element of the channel there, where I was just going to kind of do them whenever the time felt right to do one, or maybe, or time allowed. It's always very tricky now with qualifying being so close to the races these days. It used to be back in 2008, 2009, starting those out, you could really actually kind of build storylines through the weekend. You have qualifying on Friday, collect the driver pictures and stuff and put it together, and at least have a day or so to circulate the video. And yeah, that was really kind of where the channel started to go. And we got about 2,000 subscribers shortly after 2011. And, kind of took some time off from it. I tried some different things. I was graduating from law school at the time. The J.D. McDuffie book came up. I was working on the research for that. And just trying any number of different things. Well, and also, of course, the Last Car website came up by 2009, and that was starting to kind of get going. But, excuse me. But, yeah, kind of growing that at that point. And the YouTube channel was kind of in the background. Didn't really do too much with it, except, the occasional starting grid video. And those were fun to do still. And, but, gradually the channel was kind of getting up there, maybe about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers or something like that. But in the back of my mind, I kind of had an idea for, maybe some different kind of videos. And one was that one about the, NASCAR in the 1990s, and really trying to kind of, the starting grids had always been very much about kind of trying to bring an element of the past into the present, kind of have present storylines, but also kind of acknowledge the way broadcast used to be, the way that broadcasters handled races as well. That was kind of a big part of it there. But at the same time, something that was more targeted, something that was actually going to be talking about the sport's history, was something I was thinking of. And that first video was the one on the why NASCAR was popular in the late 90s besides Dale Earnhardt. And yeah, Earnhardt's a big part of the story, but there were many others, and just featuring other drivers and how they approached the broadcast. And that really kind of cleared things up quite a bit in my mind about, other opportunities to make, videos about the sport's history, and also tie them into the present, to have that connection. I don't want to make it seem like the typical millennial where, it's always, it's all about the past, and that's the comfort zone, and anything that's in the present is bad. It's like, no, that's absolutely not. That was never the intention here of this channel. And you'll see, even in like things like 500 Days, if something comes up that's directly relevant to something that's happening today, or to a certain driver that shows up, maybe you see him as a kid or somebody much younger, that's going to be in the story there too. And that's another fun part of doing that. But that video really, got this channel going. And I think really since 2019, that's kind of been more the focus. It's even been to the point where, the channel has kind of really been able to build some momentum since then, starting some different series, doing interviews with drivers. And then, series like Rise of the Field Fillers and 500 Days have been wonderful projects to work on. And I got big plans for those coming up here as well. So, again, not to ramble on too much about that, but give you kind of the 1,000-foot view here of where this channel's been. And it's been a wonderful ride, and I'm so excited for what's coming up next. And hope to give you continue to give you as much content here for you guys in the future as well. If you have not subscribed to this channel, if you are tuning into this for the first time, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the stream here tonight. I do streams like this usually about 15 minutes after each Cup Series race. Our next one is actually going to be in San Diego at our hotel here after the Cup Series race at Naval Base Coronado. I'm going to be covering that weekend in person over at the racetrack there. We're going to be heading out tomorrow to head back down there. So this is kind of a little bit of a tie-in with that too, followed by Sears Point the week after. So kind of a West Coast road course sweep here of covering the races here as well. So if you want to check out these channels here, definitely check out the link at the top of the chat here. I also included links to 2 other channels here. I see Ben Schneider here in the channel here as well. I know he's very close to a benchmark, very close to 25,000 subscribers on this channel, and I believe he's close to a mark as well. So I put a link to his channel on there. Has great content both on racing and on game show history, which is very fascinating. So definitely check out his work. And the third link in there is a link to Vodi's channel. Unbelievably, the 2006 Sears Point race is not on the NASCAR Classics page. In past, for some of these watch-alongs, I've usually watched races from that channel with high definition broadcast from those, but this race is not in that database. But thankfully, it is in Vodi's channel there, but I did not want to show it on here without at least dropping his link in there as well. So be sure to subscribe to all 3 of us here when you have the time there as well, and we'll get into that too. I need a little bit of water, and we will continue here in just a moment. All righty. So, anyway, I got one of my old Sears Point shirts on here. This is from 2001. I'll bring it down there. It's got the Dodge from 2001 when Dodge was first sponsoring this event here. And of course the advanced version of that race as well. You'll see that later in that particular race is going to be featured in 500 Days a little later in the series. We are actually catching up on the Fontana episode that will be coming up here in the near future. That is going to be on the April 2001 race. We're not quite to that part of the schedule, but we'll get up there eventually as well. But so again, we're going to tune into the 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350 on Vodi's channel here in just a minute, and we'll get into that there too. But yeah, so there you go. Yep, there you go, Ben. So yeah, definitely check out again all 3 channels there. Be sure to subscribe to those as well. So again, it's been a wonderful ride. A lot of things going on here in the background. When I graduated from college, not too long before this race, I graduated in 2005. Lastbro graduated from high school the same year. And that was one of the years we actually one of the very few years we have not attended the Cup races at Sears Point. We didn't go in 93, which was the year after we first went in 92. And then 2004, 2005, we had, between our graduations in 05, we did like a different vacation in 04. That was kind of the reason that was shaken up there, but pretty much have been to the track every year since. And I talk a lot about Sears Point. I do brag on it quite a bit, but I'm sure everybody feels that way about a racetrack that's very close to home, especially one that you've grown up going to. I was between 8 and 9 years old going to it the first time, and it left a tremendous impact on me for sure. Of course, it was June 7th of 92, the day that we lost Bill France Sr., and the day Ernie Irvan went from the back to the front to beat Terry Labonte in that Kodak film Chevrolet and pull off the victory that year as well. And yeah, just left a tremendous mark on me there as well. Greg Sachs, incidentally, your first last place finisher of that race, had a blown engine for the Larry Hedrick effort there. I believe I did a picture with a die cast of his car there a few years ago. So 2006 was the first year that my brother and I had been there in a couple of years. And it was also the first year that my brother and I really kind of went there ourselves. This had always been kind of our family trip for many years, of course, with us growing up there. And, you know, it's always been kind of a different deal. My family, you know, doesn't really have much background in racing or any kind of interest in it. I feel that, you know, when we saw Days of Thunder and then we went to that first race in 92, they were just, you know, as curious about it as we were there at the time. But yeah, by 2006, after graduating from college and being able to, you know, just drive out there ourselves, one of the things, I should bring this picture up here too. Let's see, where is it? We actually, of course, being big Days of Thunder fans, went out there as early as we could, and we wanted to get the early shot of what the racetrack looked like the first thing in the morning. Because usually, you know, we get there pretty early on Sundays, but you know, we kind of pushed it even further this particular time. Where is? Let me see. There we go. I want to pull up this. Okay, luckily I got my 3 screen set up here so I can get that pulled up here. Where is it? Yes, here we go. And we can kind of show some pictures from that weekend. I think that would be a good way to kind of set the stage for things from that year. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, come on. Nope, just open the picture. Bitmap file here. Here we go. Here we go. And yeah, oh, there we go. There it is. This picture here. We'll bring this over here. We'll bring that over there. Let's go to the, can we get the second screen? Nope, not that, quite that one. You want the second screen for the stream here. We'll get on that shortly. Let's change that one to second monitor to our third monitor. And there we go. Yeah. So kind of the view from the racetrack out there. And I think this next one, there we go. There's the shot I always really like of the view over at the RV parking lot on the other side of the racetrack there from the S's. We got there about as early as we could there, and this was race morning for the 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350, and checking out the action from back then. Let me get some, what are some of the good ones here too? Let's see. Where we go. Oh gosh, there we go. Let's see. There we go. I was going to click through these here. Yeah, there's me from a different time. There's me with a little bit more hair than I do now. I bought this visor. This is when I realized I was balding. I got this visor, this Michael Waltrip visor that weekend, and I was wearing it at the track, and my top of my head was just starting to just feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, yep, I think I've passed wearing this kind of hat from there. So I still have that thing sitting there somewhere, but yeah, that's where that came from. And this is a display of Jeff Green's Best Buy Chevrolet there that was set up there at the same time. Let me click through a few more. There's Lastbro here as well with his Sterling Marlin shirt. Can I turn around here? There we go. Boop, there he is. Always got some of that from the Ginn Racing hauler right when the team was shutting down there. So he's got the same display there with the 66 car behind him. Just noticing the 66 with a different number font than it did from that year with that team there too. There we go. This is, oh God, this is such a throwback. I'm wearing a shirt from the old Karaoke for NASCAR fans website that I had made back then, because I was just plugging anything, and I didn't know, what was the right way to do that or the wrong way or anything. But I was hustling back then because I was like, well, I got this interest in the sport. I got to do something with it. I haven't really found what is the best way to do that yet. And that was just one way of it. So that's kind of a handmade shirt that I had there, wearing that weekend. And yeah, we used to wear a lot of the tie dye there, back then, too. So, a lot of that. Got the guy in the motorized recliner there. Here we go. We got displays, the other chase drivers back then. Where was it? Oh gosh, we can get some other good ones here too. But always enjoy going out to the races there and seeing some of the cars on the track. Here's kind of a good lead in to some of the other teams that will be featured here in the race. Of course, the number 96 for Hall of Fame Racing, Terry Labonte driving it that weekend there. The DLP, the Texas Instruments machine there from that weekend. And also in this 72 car, the first ever Cup start for one David Gilliland at the time there. He had just won his first Busch race at Kentucky, and it was a big story. He got this ride here with, I believe, Brandon Witt had driven this car when he tried to go for Rookie of the Year at one point there, but the team had struggled, so he actually got in the field, and you'll notice it's an old 2004 Dodge Intrepid there, too. So I was very pleased I was able to get a somewhat decent picture of that car going through turn 2. And I think, oh yeah, I guess that's Kyle Busch going off the grass there as well in turn 2. I know I had another shot of his car earlier, but yeah, that looks like the 5 there. You got like Harvick here, I believe Kenseth up there. But yeah, gosh, I forgot I had that one there. There we go. There's the other shot of his car, and Michael Waltrip in the Dodge there at the same time. So, yeah, again, Dale Jarrett there for the UPS machine, Dale Jr., of course, one of his last years with DEI. Robbie Gordon, always loved the Menards car. I mean, I know it's Kyle Petty's scheme basically, but always looked great. And then Scott Riggs there for the Gillette Evernham deal. And again, what's fun about this is also looking at just these old body styles of these cars back then there at the same time. So yeah. Oh, RJ Lightning. Yep, you're right. Yep, I was into Tom's Tank Engine as a kid for sure too. So yep, had that same background. Us and Carson Hocevar too, I suppose. But yeah, there we go. We got Denny Hamlin. So we got our most recent race winner. This is not long after he got his first Cup win at Pocono on June 11th of that month. This was a couple weeks later. So he had just recently punched his first race win there. Clint Boyer, got Ken Schrader. Always like the old Little Debbie scheme there on the Wood Brothers scheme. Anyway, we'll get into the race here before too much longer here and jump into that. But yeah, again, just a lot of time there. In the meantime, I'll have to post some more of these pictures here along the way. We may do that. So yeah, the 2006 season. An interesting time in the sport's history. At the time, Jimmy Johnson had not yet won any of his Cup Series championships. It was the third season for the chase. It was going to be, it was really the last season that they would run the old Gen 4 car full time. Before the car tomorrow would get phased in 07. By the 07 Sears Point race, that was the first Sears Point race that had the COT, and of course famously had Juan Pablo Montoya score his first Cup Series win in that race. That'll be a story for another day. Perhaps we'll do that for another stream. Yeah, 2006 season was still a time where it was a second year where you had the top 35 rule, but you had many small teams that were still in the sport, among them being Kirk Shelmerdine's team, which had Tom Hubert on board. Hubert had finished last in the previous 2 races at Sears Point in 2004 and 2005, but looked for something different this time around in 2006. In fact, actually got a sponsor from Interrush, which was going to sponsor Stanton Barrett, and Barrett failed to qualify along with Chris Cook driving for BAM Racing and a couple other road course specialists back then. This was a time where road course specialists were really expected to not win. So just showing you how different things were back then. and all of that. So with that, I think we'll go ahead and jump into the race watch along here. If you guys have any questions or anything else you'd like me to talk about here during the stream, I'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, we're coming to the half past the hour. I think that'd be a good time to go into that. I just got the very minimal version of the screen here. This is the pictures again. Let's get back to the correct monitor here. And again, big thanks to Vodi for posting the full version of this. We'll make sure the audio is up there, so make sure you mention in the chat. And in the meantime, again, thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoy the show.
You're watching Fox Sports, home to Major League Baseball, the National Football League, NASCAR, and the new home of the BCS. This is America's #1 sports network.
It's time for another episode of The Roads of San Francisco, a Gorin Hill production, starring Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon will come
Hopefully we're good on the sound here.
Is 8 road course checkered flag.
And Tony Stewart.
20th career win for Tony Stewart.
And co-starring Mike Joy, Larry McReynolds, and BW.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
With special appearances from Chris Myers and Jeff Hammond. Today's episode, Twists and Turns, where right turns meet left turns.
Sounds good. Okay, excellent.
Right there.
Act 1, the ones who have won. Act 2, who else will be kings of the road here on The Roads of San Francisco.
Jimmy likes NASCAR.
Epilogue. Actually, the roads of San Francisco are really located in Sonoma, but it's Hollywood, and we took a little creative license. To be continued.
A Gary Lang production, a reality show that you will not forget. Fox Sports welcomes you to this unique venue, NASCAR in the wine country, just north of San Francisco in Sonoma, California.
It's a little bit of a drive north.
The first road course test. It'll be a grueling, demanding,
If you're trying to visit San Francisco and the racetrack at the same day, it takes a little bit longer.
The pole sitter, the points leader, the red hot driver, are ready to go. Our Hollywood hotel located trackside.
RJ Lightning, thank you very much.
Where America gathers for NASCAR every week.
Nothing's ever too late. You never know.
With us, Daryl Waltrip, Jeff
We'll just
Hammond,
keep
Chris
plugging
Myers.
away there. But in the meantime,
You like that? Oh, that's pretty good.
That was pretty cool,
Kind of
man.
exciting
a lot of
stuff.
stuff we're having fun with here in the meantime.
Jeff Gordon here has not won a race yet this year. We know he's the king of the road. And Casey Kane already 4 wins. He's won 2 of the last 4. He comes in hot, but that could be upside down after today.
Well, it could be, but let me tell you one thing. He may not have won any races, Jeff Gordon, but I know something he has done. He's going to go into the chapel.
Yeah, this quality is fantastic. Again, big thanks to Vodi for posting this on here.
Source?
Yes, his mama told me.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good source.
They got a buddy that's in Santa Rosa, right on 6 wide. Yeah, no, it's pretty far. I mean, I think as the crow flies, you know, I mean, it would probably take.
Oh, this is the kind of
it takes at least like a couple hours to go from Sonoma to San Francisco, even if you're trying to go west. That's always really tricky.
He's looking to kind of turn it around here. He's been working with the professor, Boris Said, Bill Elliott, and anybody else he can get information from, because he needs to have a solid run to kind of keep up with these points and kind of keep that momentum going.
So he's just kind of hoping for a top 15 or top 20 finish. How about the layout? This is a different track the way it looks, Daryl. Take us through. It's just under
Davey Height, thank you so much for your channel membership. I got a new video, a 2-part video coming up for you guys here after the trip here that I'm going to be finishing up. I have it recorded. I got to get it in there for you guys. But thank you so much for your support. I want to get some more stuff out there for you guys as well.
10 or 11 shifts per lap.
Oh gosh, yeah. The time traveler is right, Ben Schneider. It just looks gorgeous out there.
In road races, which is what we'll see today. All right, 2-time NASCAR champ Tony Stewart, a chance to win his 4th straight road course win today. He's coming off a frustrating weekend in Michigan, but he is smiling after having the fastest car in happy hour.
Well, when you list the road course winners, list this man, Tony Stewart.
A dominant afternoon at the Glen.
Crossover move by Stewart.
Tony Stewart has been the man.
Here is the Mr. Excitement of American road racing.
And Dick Bergman is with Tony Stewart. Hey, Dick.
Hey there. Hey, Tony. He's won the last 3 road races in a row.
Walter, what would you do?
But not the fastest car in the early part of practice. Going to start 12th today. Is the car now the car to beat?
Well, I think we're a lot better for sure. I mean, Zippy and all the guys in the Home Depot team, they've had to do double the work they normally do. We've had them changing a lot of stuff this weekend. But,
Austin, yes. Thank you so much for posting the 2003 Toyota All-Star Showdown, for sure. I've been meaning to see that for many years, for sure.
Another adjustment between last night and today, and I think we'll be a lot better off.
And as you can tell, the driver is very relaxed today, Chris Myers.
All right, thanks, Dick.
And this is the interesting thing. They've already mentioned it here. Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, like, not the top qualifiers. Kurt Busch and Jimmy McMurray up front. And then, so some big names having to work their way through the field in the opening laps.
As we got into the mood and the atmosphere in and around the racetrack here, here's what's in store for the rest of our show. We brought together the hired guns of road racing to find out who will be the surest shot. DW will pick apart the specialist and give us a better feel for the track in his drive and ride. And we've led you through another season.
No worries, Davey, but thank you for tuning in. Yeah, definitely enjoyed the show.
And there'll be plenty of cheese and whining in Gas and Go from our experts. Sit back, relax. This is NASCAR on Fox. Fox back in Sonoma, and a Hall of Fame quarterback and a future
Thank you,
Hall
No
of Fame
Tires,
driver.
Just Gas. Thank you very much. Yep, 20th anniversary of the channel. Celebrating it tonight here with the 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350. I thought about playing some of the clips from the channel from before the race. Maybe I'll play that after. We'll see how things look like afterwards.
Chip Ganassi Racing could be a place. They plan on fielding 3 Cup teams and need a driver for the 42 car next year. Gene Haas, owner of the 66 car, facing criminal charges. The federal government Monday indicted and arrested him for tax fraud and intimidating a witness. Haas company denied.
Gosh, I don't remember that.
Wild finish, Busch Series
Oh, wow.
Harvick Rex. Paul Menard goes on to win a green-white checker. It was a second straight race that a Busch Series race was not won by a Nextel Cup regular. Congratulations.
Paul Menard wins at Milwaukee. Oh, my God. What a throwback. I'd forgotten about the Gene Haas there.
Here we go. It's 15
Wow.
seconds, Daryl. Who is the best road racer?
I mean, obviously he's still involved in the sport now with the Haas factory team.
Tony Stewart, Robbie Gordon, a couple of wins, Mark Martin. So give us your best.
It's all the different storylines there.
Looks to me like it's Kurt Busch
on the pole.
I mean, he's on the pole, and of course Jamie McMurray's right there beside him.
Are we getting old? Don't remind me.
Something that you just
Just a number.
all at once. It's a knack. You learn how to do it. I tell you, I like that 2-car today because Rusty always run well here. He's won here. Put a little money on the 2-car today if I were you.
Jamie McMurray up front with
Never
Kurt
won a
Busch.
race. Never won a race.
All right, Jeff, 15 seconds. Does Elliott Sadler want out at Robert Yates Racing? He said, no, I'm staying, but there's all kinds of things flying around
You think
here.
I gotta tell him?
Yeah, tell me. Come
I've
on.
already told you once. I think there's still trouble in River City. Elliott Sadler's not happy. I don't think it's going to work between him and Tommy Baldwin. Somebody's got to go.
It's like it's
Sadler,
a family feud there.
Sadler,
sounds to me
21st in points, worst positioning this season. All right, Daryl, can a rookie win here? We have Denny Hamlin competing, and he won on that road course in Mexico, right?
Well, there's been one in the top 15 in every race so far this year, a rookie. But they are so far back today. Now, I liked what they did to Clint Boyer's car yesterday. He really stepped it up from his qualifying to his practice. But can a rookie win here? Denny Hamlin won at Mexico. He'd be the only one I'd give it a
You're
shot.
shaking your head.
No.
You say no. Okay.
So I say no.
Stiffer competition.
Wow, you know, and again,
All right, Jeff, 15 seconds.
Reed
Will all
Sorensen,
five of the
I did
road
enjoy
drivers
his
make
show
the
on
change? You know, Biffle
Dale
moved into
Jr.
the top 10.
podcast.
You
That
got
was really
McMurray on
fun.
the outside.
But a
Edwards
lot of
trying to get in
heartache there, too, at the same time.
No.
No, not all five.
No.
So just
I think
fascinating,
right now
because
you're
Sorensen
probably
was a
only
guy
looking
that never really got a
4
lot
out
of
the 5,
attention
and
in the
I
Cup
think
Series.
Right now, Jamie McMurray has still got a lot of work to do to get up there where he needs to go. I believe Carl Edwards will
McMurray
make
coming
it,
back
and
this
that'll put 4
weekend
out of
in
5.
San Diego. Thought it'd be
So
fun
you
to
got
kind of.
McMurray out.
Well,
Okay.
this was
Daryl
a
Freed,
race
15
maybe he
seconds.
wouldn't
Jeff
like to
Gordon's
remember
the
for
second
reasons I'll
worst
be
starting
clear
spot
here in a little
He
bit.
was fast in practice. How do you think he'll do today, and how badly?
And I believe
even
this
though
was
you
when
know
Jeff
he's gonna get
Gordon
buried here, does he
proposed
need
to
this win?
Ingrid
He's gone for
Vandenbosch. I
15
think
more
that had
points
just
to start
happened
here.
that
That
weekend.
diamond ring I saw down there, he needs this win pretty bad.
There you go.
I can't bet against Jeff. He's the master on the road course, and I tell you why. He's
contradicting himself.
Well, no, he was picking Kurt Busch.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I like Jeff because he is the best of both worlds. He's a great oval track racer, and he's a good road racer, and you take the combination of the two. That's why he's won so many races on these road courses.
Thank you for clarifying.
All right, I'm glad you got that straightened
All
out.
right. In conjunction with the Greg Biffle Foundation launching the 2007 NASCAR Pet Calendar, the results for the vote on which adoptable animal looks like their Fox
dated.
broadcast partner is
Man.
Sid, and Larry looks most like Teddy.
You know, I don't have Badger with me here, but if he shows up, I'll let you know. Sometimes he filters his way up here.
I kid. I care. This is NASCAR on Fox.
and everybody having a ball.
The NASCAR on Fox pre-race show is sponsored by AOL. Want a better high-speed internet? You belong at AOL. By Singular, raising the bar. By Radio Shack. Don't just get a phone.
Radio Shack. Oh my gosh.
Radio Shack. And by Wendy's Combos.
Talk about a time machine. Yeah, this is great.
Right.
There we go. Gosh, it was just the week before beating J.J. Yaley. My goodness. I remember driving to my brother's college dorm when I heard about that. That was crazy.
Success, but at age 30, he's been at this for
the
a while.
CJM racing car.
Series driver, best finish was 29th until he won last week in Kentucky. He's been flooded with calls and offers today. As you see, David, he will start his first ever Cup race on a track that he won in the Southwest Tour back.
Again, 3 generations of Gilliland have raced Cup races at Sears Point.
Second. Neither of those guys have ever won here. And Casey Kane, we've said that he's won 4 of the first 15 races, but he's finished 31st and 41st.
Biggest memory on the channel. I mean, it's too many to count. You know, I mean,
could be shaken up after today's race.
You know, I think getting 500 days out there, just the satisfaction of getting those first couple episodes, that was really big. But you know, there's so many of the starting grids that stand out. Kind of some late evenings working on those scripts and putting the pictures together, using the same digital camera, just take pictures off the TV to get the pictures of the cars. You know, sometimes it'd be frustrating when they didn't show a particular car during a commercial break. But that was fun. That was always fun.
I guess we could be a little bit of a hustler.
The term that
oh, is that PJ Jones? There's Rod Fellows there.
There you go. Good at something, whether it's turning left and right.
The road races are better looking. It's like golf and tennis, you know, both sports are hard, but they're just different. You know, it takes different techniques to excel at them. And, you know, I've been working with a lot of the NASCAR Next Cup guys, oval guys, let's say, on their road racing, and it's like showing a duck water. Once you show them a few little things, they take to it, and I mean they're the best racers in the world right now.
You run so close together, you race so tight, and even if you're back in 20th, you're racing somebody, and I think that's what is appealing to the racer. You're always racing somebody.
You know, I think we get some respect from the regular Cup guys, and the guy that bridged the gap between what it is I do and the Nextel Cup Series was Dale Earnhardt Sr. When he and Dale Jr. ran with us with the Corvettes at Daytona in 2001, I think a lot of people followed the Corvettes and what exactly we were doing.
I'm friends with a lot of the guys, and I've been very helpful helping a lot of the guys.
What a wonderful segment.
And we have a blast on and off the track.
My race
and this is the first race for No Fear Racing, too, so we got that.
You know, to have a win at this level would be, it would be the height of your career.
To win an Nextel Cup race would be probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and probably second to, you know, my son being born this last 2 years ago. It would be the biggest, happiest day of my life. It'd be a big party.
See, that's why, again, that's what I love about Shane Van Gisbergen. He's the ultimate retribution for all of these road course specialists that came so close and didn't quite do it.
So obviously money.
But yeah, perfect example there.
They can win a race here.
Good to see PJ Jones get featured. He always never seems to get that much attention. I actually got Ron Fellows' autograph when we got to the track there that morning. That was so cool. He was very friendly, very patient too. I had a hard time finding a pen there. We got it there, but that was so cool. Him and Robbie Gordon. Robbie, we always seem to be able to catch up with the souvenir haulers. He was always available a lot. Kind of like Noah Gregson is now. I saw him say he's making sure he's available this weekend. Yeah, Travis Quapple tried to qualify the 78, missed the show. He was originally in the 32. They put Fellows in there. That's right. But yeah, missed the show in this one. They actually had Fellows and Quapple there for trackside on Friday night, along with Greg Biffle. Biffle was part of that segment too.
I believe if there's one that can pull the victory off, it's he today.
Ooh, Davey, that's a good question. Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland, both really good. I would give it to Zane right now. Although Todd might be able to turn things around at Sears Point. Again, the Gilliland family's got a long history there. But I'm so impressed with Zane, and Lastbro is very high on Zane. He's been talking him up since he was in the 71. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Pocono, even at Pocono, I know he got in a wreck there, but he got in a wreck going for fourth. So that was still impressive.
No different in the 4 car. They're all wanting to get up in the top 35.
We'll continue.
Yeah, Gregson's really friendly. 6'11" Hornet. Yeah, for sure.
219 miles. Chris Isaac will be singing in Sonoma. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
See, this just shows there's nothing really around the immediate area of the track. So, you know, I know all these tracks you got to bring, you know, what you need to bring with you, but that's doubly applied to Sears Point. Although, I mean, on the other side of the hill, go in the other direction, you know, the KOA, that's where we usually stay at. We're staying at this year. Yeah, there's a little bit more civilization out there.
Stand for the presentation of colors by the Travis Air Force Base Honor Guard from Fairfield, California. And if you would,
gosh, what a crowd.
As we listen to our invocation from Raceway Ministries, Miss Tina Coleman.
It would be cool to run a cup car around Sears Point. Yeah, drove our personal car around it. Look up Green Sears Point on this channel. That was last pro driving it around there.
The Infineon staff, their volunteers, the officials, and the safety personnel that make this event possible. Thank you for the talent of the drivers and their crews that keep us at the edge of our seats. And thank you for the excitement of the fans that fuel this sport. We ask now for your protection and guidance over everyone here today, keeping us safe as we enjoy the thrill that is NASCAR. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Tina. And now our national anthem performed
by
they
got Steve Letarte
and Kenny Dale Johnson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
There you go. Very cool. Patriot Air Team over the track there as well. Still based out of the Bay Area there.
Always a stirring moment as the drivers get ready, heading into their cars, getting in their cars. And we thought we'd show you a collection of some
yeah,
of
no, McMurray has not aged at all. That's what it sort of seems like.
Go 10 laps with us.
What'd you guys do to Myers? Did you gotta get his makeup done? He got...
All right, if the guys drag you out to karaoke, what's your song?
Grandpa. Let me do that again. Take me back to yesterday.
The devil jumped up from Hickory-Snub and said, boy, let me tell you what.
I like to rap, man. I have to sing something country because of my accent.
What's the first non-racing car that you bought?
86 Ford Ranger.
74 Cutlass, it was terrible.
A 79 Plymouth Valari with wore-out front shocks.
You're not overrated, are you?
Sometimes I might be. I was last year, obviously.
You seem to deal with all the attention very well.
It's crazy. Everywhere I go, I swear, 1 out of 5 people is like, come on, you gonna do a backflip?
Right, pressure gauge. It's a scale of 1 to 10. Kenny Wallace is a romantic.
10. Oh,
really?
I am the man.
Okay.
Oh, man, my wife loves me.
That's good. I hope she does. Beating my brother is the most fun on the track.
That's a 10.5 right there.
On the scale.
Yeah, it's good. That's probably about an 8 or a 9. You know, that's pretty far up there. He was in my rearview mirror all the time. Now he's in my windshield, so I got to go get him.
Chris Myers can host a pre-race show without note cards.
That'd probably be a 2 because I don't know that you could remember everything that's on the show.
All right, he can't take cares. He's annoying.
Number.
All right, nice for those guys to be such good sports and a great sport. We're going to go racing here. NASCAR on Fox in a moment.
Gosh, the DJ spinning some classics.
Well, it's easy to beat the traffic.
Oh yeah, we saw these guys come in early. We didn't see them on the helicopter, but we saw them come into the track.
They got a ride to the track. They were dropped off, and they didn't have to pay the toll. Biffle will start, by the way, from row 4.
Like Richard or Reichert.
Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR, the proud sponsor of the Budweiser poll, given to the fastest qualifier at each NASCAR Nextel Cup Series race. Budweiser congratulates Kurt Busch, the fastest qualifier for this weekend's race, and the latest Budweiser shootout eligible driver. Well, we know that
Kyle
Kurt's
Busch,
going to start up
pole
front.
at Phoenix
Jeff
in the
Hammond.
spring.
Of the 17 races here, only 2 guys outside of the top 10 were able to actually win the
We're in the
race.
crowd
So
there somewhere. That was right about where we
pack,
usually
you got a lot of
sat,
work to do to get up
right in the
there.
middle of turn 2.
Make it happen in a hurry when you think about where Tony Stewart and Jeff Gordon are starting and the pressure from behind them. I mean, guys like Robbie Gordon, who's an excellent road racer. There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving. This thing's really going to happen in a hurry.
Great production and very efficient. They're just
to,
bumping right along.
Barrett for
They're
the
having
Magic
fun with it, but that's fine.
And now it's
Here
time
we go.
for the words we've been waiting for. Welcome back, Grand Marshal Cheech Marin and our friends from the Northern California Dodge dealers.
Gentlemen, fire them up and start your engines!
Yep, first race again for No Fear Racing, the number 60 with Boris said there. A lot of other drivers still running for other full-time teams like Fellows and Jones, but other teams bringing their own cars. In a rush camera there for
Cheech Marin, comedian,
like
actor,
Hubert.
giving the command. He plays Ramon in the movie Cars, does the voice for that Pixar film that DW stars in, along with Larry the Cable Guy, Paul Newman, and Owen Wilson. All right, to get you closer to the action, let's head down on the track with our pit reporters, Dick Berggren, Steve
You're right. I
Burns,
guess the
and
onboards
Matt
weren't quite in
Yoakum. And
HD.
Matt, we'll start our Fox pit watch with you. And what kind of fixing?
Love
does
these
Kurt
old
Busch have
body
going
cars
today?
too. Last time they ran there in the
Penske
Cup race.
Racing has such a rich history in all of auto racing, but especially in road course racing. In fact, 5 years before our pole sitter Kurt Busch was even born, Penske went to Victory Lane, his first ever NASCAR win in Southern California at the old Riverside Road Course with the late Mark Donahue dominating in an AMC Matador. The last time the Blue Deuce went to Victory Lane here in Sonoma, it was Rusty behind the wheel back in '96. Kurt would love to add his name on that racing resume of road course winners.
Always loved
In
that
fact, when
Crown Royal
Gordon
paint
and
scheme
Stewart
for
are dominating
McMurray.
the headlines, when you look back to last year, Kurt was actually either
98
first
was
or
when I got
second
into
in
following
NASCAR
Jerry
book
Nadeau.
system
This was
in
the
all
race that got
different
me to start
stats.
following McMurray's career.
Especially, though,
And
he
you'll
was
see
the
why very,
fastest
very
in
shortly.
traffic, but he's hoping he's not going to have to deal with that today. Starting on the pole, 27% of the winners here at Infineon have started first. He hopes to end there today. To Dick Berggren.
Well, moving to the second row, Kevin Harvick from Bakersfield, California, is on the inside. Best start ever he has had here in a Cup race. He has won twice in NASCAR's lower divisions here at Infineon, never in the top division. Outside him, Ryan Newman with his best ever start at an Nextel Cup road race. Newman has won in the Busch Series, but never in the Cup Series. So 2 guys that go well on road courses, never won in the top division.
Now, no picture for Tom Hubert.
That's row 2.
They got one for Todd Gilliland, though. Or David Gilliland, excuse me.
It's Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart. Now, Jeff Gordon has 8 road course wins, more than
There's
any
Steve
driver
Burns.
in NASCAR history. 4 of those wins have come here at the Infineon Raceway. He was leading last year before a bad transmission knocked him out of a chance to win the race. They have switched to a different transmission here this weekend. Big picture, Jeff Gordon has dropped out of the top 10 of points. He needs a win here. Now, next to him, Tony Stewart.
Look at that, Brandon Ash in the last spot.
5 road course wins. He's the defending champion of this event. He said his shoulder blade is 100%, and he also has said that his race car was good yesterday in practice and getting better, Chris Meyer.
Yeah, Tom Hubert didn't show up for picture day. There you go.
Spent on transmissions for this race on top of everything else.
A little bit of everything there. Oh, what a gorgeous field. Oh, my gosh.
When they said, which track do you enjoy?
You know, you see the
most, Jeff, he
vintage
said,
races there
any
at
of them
Sears
except
Point
the
today. It
road
looks kind of
courses.
like
Some
this
guys just
now
don't wanna really
these
race this
days.
run.
It really is. It's a challenge. You have to be kind of talented, have the versatility. I think is what.
What's
makes
up with the
Tony
audio?
Stewart
Oh, did the audio
so
drop
good at
out?
These places.
Mark Martin, who's had a good run of finishing in the top 10.
I can turn it up if it's too quiet.
Right behind Greg Biffle.
Or if I'm too loud.
To the Dodge Safe Mart 350 rolling your way on Fox.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
The long and winding road, NASCAR's first road race of the season, ready to roll here. NASCAR on Fox, and the guys who
Yeah, pretty amazing. Hubert got that car in the show with, what, 5 or 6 people failing to qualify.
Pace kind of race here.
Oh, look at
There's
that.
so many reasons, Chris.
Oh,
why
my
we
goodness.
love coming to Sonoma. Sure, it's the inns and the hotels, the restaurants and the spas and the winery tours, but it's this race course and how it is so completely different. There's
On the
4
quiet side here, I'll
turns
turn it
to
up
the
a bit more.
left. There are 8
I'll bump it up
turns
here
to
a bit.
the right. It's very demanding. It's very different. And Darrell Waltrip, Larry McReynolds, from your perspectives, what's so different about this race and racing here?
Well, first of all, we're going the wrong dadgum way. I mean, you know, we're supposed to be going that way, not that way. And the other part is that on an oval back home, we shift gears on the starts and the restarts. We lock that thing in high gear, and we don't ever mess with the shifter anymore. Here, you're going to have your right hand on that shifter all the way around the racetrack. 11 to 14 shifts. Wah, wah, wah. That in itself takes its toll on the driver physically. It makes it real hot in the car, and he's got to take care of that $10,000 jewel he's got a hold of there, Larry.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of demands on the driver, but the demands on the equipment, the chassis, the engine, the gear, the transmissions we've already talked about, and the brakes. And this place is hot and slick. Another unique thing
absolutely
about this place
iconic paint
is
schemes
single
for sure.
file restarts. And what I've always seen is in the middle of the race, these guys show some patience, and then the crew chief says, 10 to go, and that's when it all breaks loose. They start beating and banging each other, knowing the checker flag is out there.
Last year, there were 34 cars on the lead lap. So you come down here, you make a pit stop, you start 34th with a few to go. It gets pretty hairy back in there.
So in the words of Chris Economaki, what's it like out there? Let's go to the AutoZone driver's zone.
Wicked easy. Not quite Brandon Ash's only Cup start, but one of the few.
Right around car.
All right, D, show me a little bit of road racing.
All right, dude, watch this, Jeff. Here we go.
Yeah, very close, though.
They like to heel and toe. I'm not a real good heel and toer. I never learned how to do that. But a lot of the drivers, they use their foot to heel. You try to right here, watch this. That's how they do it.
No.
Really good. I'm a more
no need to apologize. Hey, I had to learn more about him, too.
We're not trying to do the heel and toe.
Again, my favorite part of the racetrack is.
Here we go.
Show me what you made out of.
The rhythm section. I love the rhythm section.
Yeah.
The engine audio sounds off. That's weird.
You got to hit it right.
It sounds clear on this end. I'm not sure what's going on. I can try to bump it up again.
Then you got to hit it right there. And then you gas the baby up and go. Woo! 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, car, go, but don't step on my blue suede shoes. Yahoo!
Might have muted the segment a little bit there.
It sounds like fun out there, and believe me, it is. This is a beautiful, fun racetrack to go around. How about our racetrack's keys for today?
Well, they make it seem like Darrell just left to do that lap.
17 years
like
here.
that.
I've always preached this to the driver and the crew, and they're actually pretty simple. Right there, you see 110 laps, 219 miles, pit road speed, 35 miles per hour, pit window. Remember that. We're going to talk about that a lot. 36 to 39 laps. Now, here are the keys I'm talking about.
I had not heard about Buick making a rear-wheel drive
Brake,
sedan based on a Camaro. That's exciting.
Engines are missing a shit.
You never know.
Also, stay on the track. Just stay on the asphalt. Don't spin off. Stay out of the dirt, and you'll be just fine today. And run your own race. Run your own strategy. And with that, I'm going to bring in.
Look at that. Within a half an hour, we got through the pre-race, and now we're right up to it.
It's a 110-lap race, and we run the race backwards. In other words, we're looking at our pit window backwards from 110 laps.
Yeah, you are, Larry. And a lot of guys I talked to today, the one little thing that kind of got messed up was in the driver's meeting today, they're running 3 pace laps. All the guys had figured out if you could go 37 laps and make a pit stop, you could run this race on 2 stops. And right now, my friend, those 3 laps going around
Gatsby, no worries, man. Thank you for your support. The good news is that the Kenny Irwin Part 3, as soon as I have a new video in the members section, that video will go public. So that's the way I have that level set up. So there'll always be something new for the members. And then if you want to watch the members content, it just means you have to wait a little while until it actually gets released. So nothing is blocked for anybody,
here under green,
at least
because
permanently.
You can do it without losing a lap.
Yeah, so much of that, Larry, again, when we talk to the guys down in the garage area, everybody's kind of like on their own agenda. They'd like to see this happen.
Great
if you're
view
starting
there
up
by
toward the front, well, this is the best case scenario. If you're starting toward the back, you'd like to see an early caution early on so you could duck down on pit road and kind of get off sequence with everybody. But, Mike, the key thing here today is do not lose your composure. Remember where you are and try to pace yourself early on.
No, you're right, Jeff. The asphalt is your friend here. There's plenty of runoff room if you need it. You're okay to get 2 wheels off, but you don't want to get 4 off here. It can be a long and dusty ride. 1 lap to go, and we'll be racing at Infineon
Kyle
Raceway,
Petty in there,
built upon Sears Point in Sonoma, California. We talked to a number of the top drivers about the uniqueness of this race and what they'll be concentrating on beginning in just one lap.
It's definitely a real challenge for the drivers to go from oval tracks and being in these big fast
the
corners
ovals,
to
excuse me, the
driving
audio is a
corner,
bit off on
hard
this
braking,
part here.
downshifting, and then shooting back out of the corner.
And the aerodynamics is not the least bit important at Sonoma, which is great. It's difficult to do. It's braking, it's left turns, it's right turns, it's downshifting, it's upshifting. No mistakes, stay on the road. And it sounds basic, but it is probably one of the hardest things to do, staying on the road on a road course. A lot of guys beating and banging on each other. I mean, cars look like they've been through a race at Martinsville because it's a short road course. So it's just a fun track. I mean, it's a lot of fun. There's constant action going on all the time.
Field through turn number 4 across the short.
What's your favorite paint scheme you guys have in the field here?
They'll wind their way down through the S's.
There we go.
To the difficult turn.
You know, the audio
10,
did clear up just
shape,
there.
Turn 11,
So maybe
and back to 12.
you guys noticed there. Maybe it was just
one of the great
little
features of
muffled
this
there,
weekend is
part.
the Grand Marshal's Dinner. Steve Page with the Raceway and Klein Sellers always put on a first-class event with a lot of surprises. We had a driver panel. Pole sitter Kurt Busch, fourth place
you get it
starter
out the
Ryan
music.
Newman,
Oh,
and
that's smart.
sixth place
That's
starter
smart.
Casey Kane were on the
Hey,
panel.
do what you got to do.
And when we began talking about what to expect at the start of the race, will you decide if these fellas are entertaining the
Brian
crowd?
Wiltsey, 1302. Thank you for your super chat, by the way. Always love your content. Congrats on 20 years. Thank you so much.
Figured this out. You started
Definitely
on the inside
appreciate
or the
it,
outside?
Brian.
The inside or the outside? Which one is it?
I'm going to go on the inside and put the other guy in the weeds.
Which one's the inside, though?
The inside's left.
But it's a right-handed corner.
But if I get on the gas first, I think I'll beat him.
Okay. I'm starting fourth, so I got to know.
Okay.
Remember,
So
I'm
you could be
going to
following
be
me.
behind the car that's going to be getting the weeds.
In the weeds, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be on the wrong side.
That's why I'm trying to figure this out.
All right.
We
I might
need
change my mind
We
now.
need to
I gotta
talk
help
a
my
little bit.
teammate out.
We need to talk a little bit more before Sunday.
All right.
Well, I hope they've talked because we're about to go.
Well, and that's the other thing. See, you don't even know which side the pole guy starts on here. It's so different.
He has his choice.
He does have that option.
Turn
Okay.
11. Good passing zone entering turn 11. It's the slowest corner on the course. You get down to 35 miles an hour in the middle of that corner.
The best place to make a clean pass.
How long it takes for the back of the field to get there while the leaders are coming off the corner.
Lap one, so you better reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go road racing today, boys.
Here they come.
Drag racing to the top of the hill. Whoa, man, McMurray's in trouble. Seen that happen so many times.
And there we go, just like that. Found the new Jerry Nadeau.
Off course. Now there are two. Bobby Labonte is around.
Happens almost every time we come here, that little chain reaction back through the field.
The blue flag is a local issue. Be careful. It does not mean we're under caution. The yellow flag is only used for a full course caution.
Robbie.
Gordon, right out there.
And Kyle, wow.
How many drivers were in on that little deal you did tonight that they all got the message, I assume?
Yes, and the fella who Kurt said might end up in the weeds got out there in the dirt. Jamie McMurray in the car that Kurt drove here last year.
I think he's going to get back. Kurt Busch, uh-oh, got another car around over here coming through turn 8. Oh, no!
Hard lick.
Kenny
Man,
Schrader got
Sterling Marlin in the
Up,
14
yep,
car.
there
They're
we go.
still stacking up. Casey Mears.
one car, T-bone Schrader, extremely hard.
Oh, it was an incredible lick.
That's Tom Hubert in the 27 car.
Tom Hubert nailed Kenny Schrader.
Massive pile up.
We are under a full course.
Even from
caution
across
now
the
here
track,
coming
this
to
looked
lap
huge.
So we failed to complete a lap under green.
Racetrack is so narrow.
Last row
there
bring a
through the
Marlin
end.
fan was not too happy. Marlin had a lot of bad runs at
Do
Sears
not
Point.
hook up very well for a couple of laps. It's a little harder rear tire.
Look at that.
and,
Wow, look at the damage
tires
back
just don't
of
hook up
Schrader's
like they have
car.
in the past.
Schrader's okay.
So many cars
Casey
tore up.
Mears will pilot his car back to the garage. Sterling Marlin is okay. Now
You're
this
going
is
to
at
see,
turn 9.
yeah, the 21 car gets sideways. I don't know if he got help or not. We'll see here momentarily. I don't think he did. Carl Edwards didn't touch him. Kenny just spun the car, got up on the curb. But, man, when he comes back out in the racetrack, the melee breaks loose.
And you can see Dave
Man, oh,
Blaney
man.
getting in the back. And look at Jamie McMurray, the guy that sat on the outside pole because of what happened up there in turn 2. He was almost involved in it.
Scott Pruitt shoots through. You won't believe how Clint Boyer got right through the middle of this storm.
Yeah,
here's
he just
Kyle
about
Petty.
got into Kenny's car.
Thanks for tuning in, Laser Bro.
See
Yeah,
go around
you know,
in the
car. You know, Ben, I think this might be the first time I've actually watched the full broadcast back. Usually we would tape this and then watch it the night we get back. And, you know, we actually even did that just last year.
The 42 car got him in the rear just ever so
I don't think I've watched this all the way through since 06. So this might be a first. It's at least been a while. It's been a while since I've watched this one.
Caution is out
early. Good to see Hubert out of the car. Now the red flag. We're in turn 7.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horn. Dodge. By AOL. Want a better high-speed internet? You belong at AOL. By McDonald's. And by Singular.
You know,
Chip
Ganassi always like to bring out Scott Pruitt, you know, for the road courses. So either bring his own car out or put him in one of the other cars. He kind of did it seem like 50-50 one way or the other.
Finishes at the exit of turn number 8.
Three of those four cars wasn't as confident in his road course ability for this race.
And Hubert. There is Sterling Marlin's
massive damage.
Car, and there is Tom Hubert's Kurt Shelmerdine Ford being pulled back to the garage. Time for our singular virtual crew chief question.
It would have been interesting to start doing the media thing earlier. I mean, again, back then it would have been impossible. Sport was so popular, it would have been impossible to get credentialed back then. But to see Shelmerdine's team operate the team at the track and all that.
Text the word crew to 191 on your.
I didn't do my first until 2010, so 4 years after this. So we did have a few small teams still back then.
Two big incidents.
You know, Laser Bro, you know, the PA wasn't bad. You know, they had PRM do it, and they have a couple old guys up there that have always been pretty fun.
And then Kenny Schrader
they're running gag. They still do it this year. They have kind of some of the same guys.
And piling
they say like, oh, you know, it's hot out, but you know, guys, don't take your shirts off. Like everybody, keep your shirts off.
The 99's right behind him, but he
doesn't say that like every year.
Kenny just got loose after getting jumping off the curb. Right here. Gosh.
Oh,
man.
A lick. Big hit.
And then Tom Hubert, the 27,
McMurray actually did a great job.
Marlin, just nowhere
really
for him to go.
Ooh, we got a little bit into Michael.
A bunch of guys were really fortunate to squeeze
Brandon Ash, pretty close to it, too.
That pretty much told the tale that Carl Edwards did not get in the back of Schrader. That shot right there.
Bam! Oh,
Earnhardt
my goodness.
Jr. just getting by.
Bunch of guys
the guys on the top of the haulers and top of the mobile homes reacting to it.
Now let's go back. Watch the second place car, McMurray, get 2 off on the sand and slide right across track.
Yeah,
I think this is the last time Shelmerdine's car made the field at Sears Point. They tried to make it the year.
All these other cats kind of bottling up there as well.
I don't think it was the year I went. I think it was 09. They tried to get Hubert in the field again, and he missed the show. I think he blew the engine.
Cessna Skymaster.
In 2010, I was there, and I think Brandon Ash was there.
Jamie McMurray and Bob Osborne as crew chief talk about what to do. What the concern right now is not the first incident where Jamie ran off the track, but the second he ran off the track again when Kenny Schrader got drilled. And they're concerned about damage to the front valence of that race car, but it seems like the latest thing they've decided is to go ahead and put tires on it. Bob Osborne is concerned about the tires, and he also told his crew to look at the front nose, but be careful of the ductwork if we have to hammer anything out.
Well, Steve, there's nothing to lose here because he's basically at the back of the field. It takes a long time to get
Piece of metal, thank you for your super chat. Tom Hubert certainly took a much more roundabout path to his version of 3 straight last place finishes, the likes of Barry or Zilich. Very true. 3 in a row at Sears Point, not 3 in a row during the season like Barry or Zilich, but very true.
Looks like Casey Mears will
Simo, thank you. Brian Simo that was in the blown engine. Brian, thanks for catching that. That's right. I thought it was Hubert, but you're right, Simo.
Sponsored by
Simo was in the 36, and I was there in 2010.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 8 car.
David Gilliland won that big Busch race in Kentucky. The shot heard round the world, a Busch irregular. There's David getting ready to go to work.
Oh, okay, that's Gilliland's camera. I thought that was Hubert's.
He's raced here 3 times. His dad is a former West champion, Butch, and he's here carrying our autism awareness camp. And he's driving for the Dutch Quality Stone folks that have been in NASCAR for almost a year. This is their first race. So what do you think they thought on turn number 1? Here goes David.
And that was close, boys. A good thing I can drive in the dark.
He's out there in the dirt. Look to his left. He's getting passed out in the dirt by Kyle Petty.
It's off-road racing. Off-road racing. No, this is road course racing.
There we go.
One thing
Let's
I did
get that
pick
thing
up on,
still
did you
going.
see Clint Boyer there in the 07 go by? Got that hand out the window, Larry. I mean, he was telling
Good
those
job
kids,
of David
hey, we
Gilliland.
got big trouble up here. Slow
Many
her
years
down.
coming out
He
there.
knew the track was
Second
on
in
the
this
block.
race just 2 years later.
Good job on his part.
But a lot of damage to the back of that 07
Yeah,
car.
I think the
72,
got
not
it
a
in the
number you
back
usually
of it.
see out there.
Not once, Daryl, but twice. This is probably the most unique bit of damage I've seen in a long time. Watch the 42 of Casey Mears as he becomes kind of the unwitting pinball here.
Boy, Hubert just had nowhere to go. Bam!
Mears
Right into
hits
him.
him with the nose, turns around, backs into him with the tail.
The good news for Clint Boyer.
Oh, look
all
at
the
Terry
damage
Labonte
is in the rear of the
just
car.
stop
You
right there.
heard Tony Stewart at the top of the show
Bobby
say
Labonte was actually
aerodynamics
even
do
further
not play
back
a role
than
here. They just need to make sure there's
McMurray
no
was.
sheet metal around those tires.
Let's make sure everybody involved is okay. As we
Yep,
get out of the
David
first.
Gilliland and
Yeah, they're okay,
Tricon
but they're
Garage.
dying
I
to
believe
see
you're
that
right.
footage just one more time. I'm standing with Sterling Marlin and Kenny Schrader. Kenny wanted to know if somebody turned him. What did it feel like?
Either I was facing the wrong direction. I'm plenty capable enough of doing it by myself. Maybe it did. I don't know. But I was facing the wrong direction, came across the track, and got hit.
You're okay, though.
Yeah.
Huge hit. Sterling, what was your view of it?
Just typical road course stuff. I mean, I don't know somebody turn Kenny. Well, we'd passed 3 or 4 cars time I got there, and I seen Kenny spinning. I thought he was going to the right, and all the dust and smoke, and he comes back across the track, and I'm right on, I guess, Elliott Sadler, and he whips to the left, and there Kenny was coming back across the track.
Here's your replay right there watching, Sterling.
So wasn't nowhere to go. Just hate it for everybody.
Well, did you get turned or not?
I don't think Carl hit us. What?
You say you did.
No, I don't. If you screwed up, you screwed up.
Well, there it is, folks. You can go ahead and figure out at home who turned who or just what happened there. The two main
Oh, boy,
combatants
yes,
aren't sure
Sadler
themselves.
did
But
just
that
get
was a
by
huge hit.
there.
Good thing Kenny Schrader's okay.
My goodness.
Thanks, Dick. A third angle replay showed there was no contact between Edwards and Kenny Schrader. But got that initiated and put us
This
under
is great.
the red
Yeah, the
flag
veteran drivers
with
back
Schrader,
then. It really
Marlin,
was a
and
different
Tom
time.
Hubert in the garage.
Like a road racing demon.
Yeah,
guy.
garage area filled up quick. It's like 2013. We had the 2 cars hit each other on pit road between Paulie Haraka and Alex Kennedy.
NASCAR on Fox from Sonoma, time for a Visa race break on the first lap. The caution flag out, not a red flag, but we're getting ready to go.
I like this
green.
version of the
Jamie
9 car with the white
started
hood.
on
That
the
looked
front
nice
row
too.
Side pole sitter Kurt Busch with Bobby Labonte. Not used to those left and right turns and going off course just a little bit. And then later on the first lap, Kent Schrader in the 21 car. He wasn't sure what happened, but watch Sterling Marlin just can't get out of his way. 5 cars
Of course, I recorded
involved.
the
Casey Mears, Tom
beginning of
Hubert,
that race
even
there as
rookie
well on
Clint Boyer in
the
the
channel.
07 car. All the drivers
Oh, another
okay,
angle of that. Wow.
but the track was blocked, bringing out the red flag. Right now,
Yeah, Kyle
3
Petty
Dodgers,
way out
Busch,
there
Kane, and
doing this.
Newman lead the way as we get ready to go green. And this has been a Visa race break. No matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
There's Brandon Ash there getting a little bit of camera time.
Field under the 1 to go signal. They get that up at turn 7. The lights go off on the pace
Ooh,
truck.
boy,
We get
and
ready to race. Casey Mears
Guy with a
car
hammer
still
almost
under
got his
repair.
teammate there trying
And
to fix
Bobby
Boyer's
Labonte,
car.
Checked up for Kyle Busch and got an assist perhaps from Dale Jarrett is what put him around at turn number 2.
Yeah, and Boyer's car actually has quite a bit more damage on the back of it than I thought originally, Mike. The rear blade on the right side is all bent down, so they've still got a little work to do there on that
San
car.
Diego's going to be interesting this weekend, but yeah, Sears Point, it'll be wonderful getting
See,
back
over
out
on
to
the
the
right
home
side
track
there.
too.
Car took a pretty good lick, actually.
It did. It looks like they may have that spoiler up there, but as you said, it wouldn't hurt to get it back in here under the next caution.
Got to
Work
get
on it a little more.
Got to get a bigger hammer, Larry. They didn't have a big enough hammer right there.
We had about 6
Yeah,
cars that
beautiful
made
cars
pit
back
stops.
then.
Most
My
of them
goodness.
were cars that were involved in a wreck.
Tom McMurtry flying our Cessna Skymaster and our Vegas.com Skycam. He's flown everything from the spy plane Blackbird to the Boeing 747.
Well, if you kind of, it's almost clear enough to see them
He's giving you these
working the
beautiful
cars
views.
in the
Best way
garage
to
area
see
there.
Infineon Raceway is from the air as we get ready to race and resume. Green flag for Kurt Busch to start lap 4.
Not too bad to have the DLP cable cam working too. So we got them covered. Got them down on the ground. Got him up in the air.
All restarts here are
Robbie to the inside of Mark. There we go.
Robbie Gordon made a nice move on Mark Martin right there in that 7 car to get pick up a position.
He won the drag race up the hill to turn 2 and was able to take the position.
Oh, you tried the Dirty Mountain Dew. I wasn't that crazy about it. I thought I'd like it more, but I didn't like it as much. But no, I'm glad you liked it, though.
Trouble because when you come over the top of turn
Mine
3
might not,
one
I had might not have been cool enough. I usually like it plenty cool enough.
You see that?
Yeah, no Hubert interview. That's unfortunate. I would have been all over that.
Got up and across the alligator teeth there.
Got to talk to Tom Hubert.
Just a bit.
You know, I know qualifying.
Maybe one of these days we'll have to do a video on him
There's
one of
a
these
place
days.
that's so important. It's here at Infineon. You look up there and you see Kurt Busch in that 2
I've been trying to get some information on some of these other guys, like Dan Obrist.
He don't have to pressure
There's
anything or anybody.
other guys got last at Sears Point in the past.
P.J. Jones in that 4 to the inside of Matt Kenseth in the 17.
Newman setting up
Jones
for second.
is one of our road runners. And up front, a battle for second. Ryan Newman dips to the inside on Casey Kane. He's going to take Harvick with him at turn 11.
Larry, you're right about that, because all 17 of these races have been won.
Going to a Yankees game? Well, that's cool. No tires.
It just makes it easy on everything and everybody.
Yeah, what is the weather for San Diego? I haven't even looked. It looked nice from earlier.
Cam moving high above pit road and the front stretch here.
There you see Tony Stewart, the 20 car right now in the 9th position, going for 4 consecutive road course wins, including here and Watkins Glen, the other road course these cars go to.
They've had such an awesome road race car, but here this weekend we've got a little different tire combination than we had in the past. Sometimes, man, that can just make a race car miserable to drive. You can't get it set up like you were accustomed to.
Mark Martin dives inside. Stewart has a look. Now Biffle goes after Casey Kane.
Tight right there. Not a lot of room. Got to give and take. This is pretty much follow leader down through these S's till you get down here at the end.
Boy, the way these cars just hop through the S's is wonderful.
You want to be right on the guy's bumper when you go down. Here we come. Now you're going to hit 3rd gear right here. Tough corner, turn 10. Now, if you get a good run here, like look like Tony may have a run on Biffle, duck to the inside. Outbreak him getting down into turn 11. Good passing zone.
And Jeff Gordon in the 24, he's going to try to take advantage of it as well. Right now they got
71, 72 degrees this weekend. Perfect.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Should be good weather for that. And it's a little bit early to check Sonoma's weather, but we'll check.
Running awfully good here in the Morgan 4 car. He said, Daryl, there's such a fine line. It's like walking on a razor blade between overdriving and underdriving your race car.
And that's where the road racing guys have they got a little bit of an advantage. When they do that heel and toe
different sponsorship there for Morgan McClure, the Aero exhaust machine. Scott Wimmer driving it for a number of races that year.
A little bit better than an oval driver can. We're a little bit more wanting to stop the car with the gearbox all the time.
There we go. Sobe no fear one.
Try to stop the car with the brakes.
Sell more cases, run more races. I'm afraid I drank too much of that back then. It was good stuff though. Sobe no fear was really good. Like that was a good drink. Not quite as good as Jeff Gordon's 24 energy drink. That was way better because it had this bright orange citrus flavor that it's like way better than even like an orange soda. So good.
Real quick little shifts.
So good.
Drives the car as much with his feet as he does the hands, and Daryl noticed right there, he upshifts without the clutch, but he uses the clutch to downshift.
And all the way to 1st gear here, all the way in.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for sure.
Or turn 11. And look how quickly that thing shifts, just little flips.
I like the way he backhands the shift knob to grab 4th gear so he doesn't risk pulling it into 2nd by mistake.
And notice the shifting knob. A lot of guys have real customized shifting knobs that they like to use. But the big thing is it's got to be smooth. All those shifts, if you have anything on that shifting knob like the old shift patterns, it'll tear your hands up.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned going from 3rd to 2nd. That actually happened to Martin Truex Jr. in qualifying on Friday over the engine. He had to go to the rear of the field for this race because he had to change the engine.
Whoa, I heard a little something there that made me
yeah, the gold 60 looks nice, and then you got that little
down at the bottom of turn
that orange greenish stripe there at the bottom looks nice. But you're right, yeah, the one from Daytona where he got the pole, that was really cool. And man, he almost pulled that off.
He's gotten past Casey
I've been right up there with Greg Sachs and some of the other great upsets at Daytona.
You know, Jeff's won a lot of
Look at Jeff Gordon already picking his way through.
Said But I
up to
don't
the
know that
8th
I
spot.
I don't remember him starting that far back. And that makes it even more different. That makes it difficult.
But there's certainly a reason he started that far back. He was off the racetrack
The Chevys looked nice that year. I mean, the post 2003 Chevys with like the flat nose, and they kind of standardized the bodies a bit more. I like those actually. I like those better than the 2000 to 2002
Chevys. He
Chevys.
started up in the 6th position. Remember,
I really
he came
did.
in here 3rd in the points, and I know this was
Yeah,
one of
the
the races
03
that
to
were
06 was
on
really,
their
really
radar.
nice.
Ray put a full court
Especially at
press
the road
on
courses,
Casey's efforts
short
here.
tracks, and super
We talked
speedways.
before, said
Not
the
so much of the
pre-race,
mile and a half
that
because they
was
kind
his
of did the
teacher,
twisted
Matt Yocum,
sister
to try to come out
warp
here and
thing,
have
and
a
then they
good
dropped the
solid
nose
finish
way down.
here at Infineon.
But I thought when they made the
Larry
nose
Mack,
tall, it
the
looked really
biggest
cool.
lesson that Casey has learned from Boris. Boris said, Casey, you're actually being too smooth, too conservative. Be more aggressive. Get after it. Jump back in the throttle a little faster,
Casey,
a little harder.
drive it harder.
And throw the car around a little more. That's what he's going to try to do during the race today.
And Matt, that takes confidence. And if you're a little bit timid on the road course, that's the way you would approach it, very conservatively.
David
Now, that
Gilliland
was a
still
great
hanging in there,
passing zone that we
27th
just
spot.
come to there. Turn 7.
I think he's
There's
ahead of
only
both
2 good
Yaley
places.
and Hamlin.
Turn 7, turn
And
11.
Truex.
You want to pass somebody, those are the two
Back
places you
when
got to set them
some
up
of these
and get it
guys
done.
from the last
Well, I like
decade
the job
here
that
were
P.J. Jones is doing
just
with
starting
that
to get their
Morgan
feet
McClure
under them.
4. He qualified, 15th, and that's by far the best that car's qualified for a race this year. It's a one-off drive.
Yeah, I see they're Brian 097 there on Terry Labonte.
But
you never know.
Making the most of it.
You never know. Not a factory yet.
Riding with Jeff Burton here in the 31 car right now. He's in the 16th position. There you see P.J. Jones in the 4 car trying to take the position away from Joe Nemechek in the Army car. Little close quarters there off turn 11.
There you go, PJ.
Right, he's taking it away.
Nice. Oh, Kyle on the wall.
Gets in the wall.
Yikes.
Coming off the last corner there.
Boy, he clobbered that pretty good. That's just a Jersey berry there on the front stretch.
Track's real slick.
Oof.
Scott Pruitt grabs a gear as Bush slides in front of him.
Track's real slick. Car's real loose. So
just a
he may have
little,
had to take a little evasive action. That is a hard lick.
A little high up there.
Yeah, you see, he got into the back of the 32 car there of Ron Fellows.
Hey, Andrew, no worries. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
He's trying to make a pass on Ron.
We got the rest of it here for you to watch whenever you like.
Loose. Yeah, real loose. That's a fast corner right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
didn't used to be a wall there. You used to be able to throw it much further than that, which was a lot of fun. But nowadays, make it real tight.
And now Fellows, who's in the 32 this week, trying to get past Joe Nemechek. Bit of tire rub for Kyle Busch. And with that damage on Fellows' car must have happened earlier. Here's our road runners.
Look at that. Road course specialist not doing too bad. Good job, PJ. 13th.
2 spots behind the Canadian Ron Fellows.
Good for him. The 4 car.
Run. He started back.
The 4 car had really dropped off a
He's
cliff
all the way
here.
up to 18th.
You know,
no
once
practice for him yesterday.
in the early
He went to
2000s,
Mid-Ohio
but
to run his
this is
Daytona
a great run for
prototype
them.
in the Rolex 24-hour type series. So no practice yesterday, Dick Bergman. But it's just
I like that blue and yellow version of Kyle Busch's car. That would always look nice.
Well, they changed setups from qualifying. Scott told me this morning they made a big change in the setup. Wasn't at all like
boy, he's got a lot of fender rub there on the right rear.
It would be what the car needed, and that it would come in the race today.
Yeah, they really went back to a setup that he had run here before.
The blue rims on the 2,
by the way,
so nice.
This cat right here, he just continues to pull away. He's 2.5 seconds, 2.25 seconds ahead of second place.
Kurt Busch has the fastest lap of the race ahead of his Penske teammate, Ryan Newman, and Kevin Harvick, who had a late night last night in Milwaukee. Running a solid 3rd. Robbie Gordon, there's Robbie. He is in 4th. 4.5 seconds back ahead of Tony Stewart, Morris Said, Jeff Gordon, and Mark Martin.
Ooh, nice shot there. Look at these camera angles. So lively. I mean, Serious Point is just designed to have these really creative angles. A low shot going out of the
UPS delivers the chance to manage your own free fantasy auto racing team and win 2 tickets to any Fox broadcast race.
It's always been a gorgeous
Just go to
track.
foxsports.com, keyword UPS. 12 laps complete. Kurt Busch has led them all. The last road course win in NASCAR Senior Circuit by a Dodge, 1977. Richard Petty behind the wheel. Here's where our Dodge Chargers are currently running with Busch and Newman teammates
Robbie.
leading, and Casey Kane right now in 14th.
Love to see Robbie doing well.
Sonoma or Watkins Glen.
That was at Riverside, California, where
Riverside,
Richard
California.
won, and talked to the King this morning. A lot of people are walking by going, "Hey, King, I love your movie." He says, "I'm only in it just a little bit."
Yeah.
I think Richard is more excited about his wife, Linda Petty, being in the movie. Linda has a great role as a Petty Blue station wagon.
And that was the station wagon because that's the car they went to all the races in and hauled the kids to the track.
Richard plays, of course, the King, a winged Plymouth Superbird. And if you haven't seen Cars, well, you just need to go soon.
You know, talking about these Penske
There you
teammates,
go.
Ryan Newman in the 12th, he's actually starting to reel in
Look,
his
my lights
teammate
went
just
out
a
here.
little bit, Kurt Busch. But the biggest thing I
Yeah,
think
different,
about when I look at the Penske
different
package
time. It's
here,
amazing
Ryan,
how much of an effect that
is the
movie
fact
has had
that
on
where
people.
these
I mean, I
guys
was,
are in the points right now,
you
and I
know,
think they've got a full
gosh,
court
my
press
mid-20s by the point time
10.
it came out. But
Over
you've had a
these
whole
next 11
generation
races,
now that have
because
grown
Kurt
up on
Busch
that
comes in
movie.
here
And it's definitely had a
16th,
wonderful effect.
187
So that's good
points
to
back.
see.
Ryan Newman is 17th, 252. That's in back of 10th. These guys, they've
Oh,
got
I
to
just
do
had
what they're
wisdom
doing here.
teeth
They've got the
surgery
lead
before
lap,
this,
and
too,
they're gonna
I
have
remember.
to have top 5 finishes.
I remember I had that
They wanna
about
make the
2
chase
weeks
for the
before
next Dale
this.
Cup.
So I still had like a temporary on there. But man, that felt so much better because my teeth were all pointed different directions.
Gordon would be a road course ringer.
Love
were
that
he
paint
not
scheme.
a full-time Nextel Cup driver as well. And Matt, he is closing on the leaders.
Concern during final practice,
All the
Mike, was the
debris,
transmission
holes in the
issues in
nose
the
there.
third to second area. Now, Robbie said the car feels fine, just a little bit tight, sliding the nose, but he
Big
came on
holes
the
punched
radio
in the
back on
radiator.
lap
Look at
5
that.
and said, guys, this is our race to lose. He is slowly reeling in the 29 of Harvick, setting his sights on the leader Busch.
I cringe a little bit when I hear about that transmission deal because 1 year ago, along with Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Robbie Gordon was one of the cars that had some transmission failure a year ago, had a car to win the race then.
There you go. Yep. See the 7
you know
today
when
with
you
Daniel
come to road
Suarez.
course,
Very different.
You're gonna have
But
to
another
contend
driver
with that
that's
7
very
car
good at
if he
Sears
does not
Point.
have any issues.
Look, there's the Ford cutaway car there on the drag strip.
There's the front 4. Stewart in 5th. You see Boris Sett coming up the hill 6th. Jeff Gordon in
Yeah,
7th.
love that 7 paint scheme. I got a hat signed by him that year.
Greg Biffle in
Gotta bring
9th.
that out.
Jimmy
I didn't think to
Johnson,
bring any
Nextel
show
Cup
and tell
point
things
leader.
here for the show here today.
A workman
But
like 10.
yeah, that was their one too.
Steve?
Well, Mike, the good news for Jimmy Johnson is he's up to 10th from 16th in 4 starts here. Just one top 5 finish for Jimmy Johnson. He says he is a work in progress when it comes to road course racing. His
You might see
report
my
on his
screen
race car
get
is just a
dark. I
little
don't.
bit
One of my
loose
lights went out
coming
up
off the
here,
corners,
so
Dick Berggren.
if it does go out, don't worry. I'll still be here.
Crew chief conversations on
Let's
the
have a little
radio,
different
Steve.
lighting
What
here
I
for the
am
latter part of the show.
crew chiefs tell the drivers, be smooth, be patient, stay on the course. Perhaps all these guys ought to have a little.
Yes, you're right.
sign
R
on the
Lightning,
dashboard,
RJ
the sign
Lightning.
that
Yep,
Jim
he did.
Biffle
He had the
had
Speed
yesterday in the
Energy
AutoZone
drink,
Grand National race.
and he had to
Caution,
change the logo because it was the same
fire barriers are
logo
closer
as
than
either
they
Sprinter
appear.
Trucking or
There was a song back in
Specialized
the 60s, wasn't it?
Bicycles
Easier
had the
said
same
than
logo.
done.
So it went from an S to 2 parallel
And they'll
lines.
do a good job of it right now.
But yeah,
As I
he had
mentioned
that.
At the top of the show,
I
there'll be
tried
10 or
all those
15
back in the day. I
laps
had
to go in
Wave
this
Energy
thing
drink, I
when
had the Speed Energy drink, I had the
somewhat
Sobe No
changed.
Fear.
Once you get strung out like you are now, you literally start.
Definitely
to race
don't
the
drink
racetrack
those
itself.
anymore, but yeah, I
you don't
used
want
to.
to make any mistakes. You don't want to tear anything up. So that's what you're doing right now.
Here's 3 good ones. 2 road runners and Jeff Burton, one of NASCAR's.
I wanted to try
in the middle.
the radioactive one,
BJ Jones
that
behind
radioactive energy
is
drink
Ron
that sponsored
Fellows in the Tide car.
Johnny Sauter when he ran the 70 car in 07. I never tried that one.
So let's answer our singular virtual crew chief question.
There we go. Yep, Monster Energy getting
Should
into the
there
Cup
be
Series. That's
a
right.
race in the chase on a road race course? You said, sure. Why not?
Obviously, you didn't ask the drivers. That was the fans.
It probably depends on which driver you
I did try. I tried Rowdy
but not
once.
6,
I
not
think I tried the cherry
70%.
limeade. That was
it'd be a
okay,
great
but I
idea.
didn't drink a lot of it.
You know, we
And
always
in
talk
hindsight, it's
about
probably for the
attendance
best,
that
given
race
why they
teams are
stopped
going
making
through
it.
right now. And right behind Jeff Burton
Yeah,
is
once.
Ron
I tried it
Fellows
in
with that
Texas.
32 car. And
Well,
they
wait a
are
minute.
big picture
Yeah.
racing right now.
Yeah,
What
no,
I
it
mean
was in
by that,
Texas.
yeah,
Because
they're
Texas
here
was also
to
when they
try
had
to
a
win race.
promo
If
with
you know you can with
Adrenaline
Ron
Shock
Fellows, but
for
this is the team
Chase
that
Elliott.
came
I
in
tried
here
that too.
112
So I've tried a
points
lot of those.
behind
Yeah.
the top 35 in owner points, which means they're not
I don't think
locked
they're
in.
still
They have to
around.
qualify each week.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons they brought Ron Fellows. And you know, the
Yeah, I don't
guy
think
that
any of
came
those
in
are
here
around anymore. I
$35,
mean, now you just
right
got
now he's gonna be
what?
credited
It's
for
all just
42nd,
Monster
starting over
and
the 14 car. If they
NOS.
can have a
NOS is
top 10 or
fine.
12 from.
It's like the second best orange flavored
They could go
one.
to Daytona in the top top 35 in owner points.
Shark
Larry,
Energy,
it's a
there we
$250,000
go. Yeah, that's it.
gamble by the owner of this team, Cal Wells. That's what it costs to build this special road race car with fellows' input. Nick Berggren.
It's a very unique race car, Mike. Very stiff, much stiffer than any of the other cars on the speedway right now. And they were working yesterday on forward bite, trying to improve the forward bite on this car. Fellow's principal problem right now, he hasn't got enough forward bite.
And that makes all the sense in the world. A stiff race car, it's going to stick to front tires because the front tires are going to, the chassis is not going to flex. But and it's stiff in the rear, it's going to want to spin.
Yeah, it's Travis Quapple.
And there's their driver, Travis Quapple. Travis will be back in the car.
So yeah, you get those windows in the garage building that overlook pit road. Still like that today.
To try to qualify with Travis. Travis missed the show just a little bit. But right now, there's 32
Not sure I'd sit above the porta-john there, but there you go.
Mission almost accomplished if they can keep
Yep,
going
the
like
Red Bull too.
Travis
Yeah,
Bell
Jude
yesterday
Fernandez.
on
Yeah, this is the last year.
and
I'm pretty sure this is the last year the PPI was there. The 32 car didn't come back in 07 and tied. Just became kind of a part-time sponsor for different teams ever since.
1 second ahead of Ryan Newman, and Robbie Gordon is now third.
Racing is in my blood.
Yep, they got the music muffled again. Take care, Andrew. Thank you for tuning in.
Pass for sixth place. Jeff Gordon has just worked to the inside of Boris Said, who had been chasing Tony Stewart but fell back into Gordon's clutch.
It almost appears to me, Mike, that Boris is having a brake problem. Something happened to him in these tight turns.
Well, we're getting a report also that Boris is a little bit loose, getting loose.
Well, looking at that pedal, he doesn't have a brake problem. He's got plenty of brake pedals, so he's good there. Must be a handling problem. See, the pedal doesn't go down
The
very
No
far
Fear logo on the clutch pedal there, looks like.
You see, he has to play with that throttle.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. That's just chattering those rear tires.
But that's turn 11, Darrell. You're going 35 miles an hour. You got 700 horsepower. You're bound to light them up every once in a while trying to get out of that hole.
In first gear.
Yeah, and you're in first gear.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jimmy.
Mike, you got seven.
It's back when people move top 35
You
points
got
positions
700
around a
horsepower
lot.
park throttle. You got about 850 when you matter wide open.
Now we're at lap 21 of 110. You can see right up here in the box. And what that means is we're about 10 to 12 laps away from that window that Jeff Hammond and I talked about. And these guys will pit regardless, green or yellow, because that would get them to where they can do it on one more stop.
Still coming.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That'd be Robbie Gordon.
Robbie is absolutely chewing him up. He had a great run that day. My goodness.
Robbie's on a roll.
I remembered he was pretty good. But I don't remember him being this good.
Busch. Now, Newman had closed right up on Busch when we went to break, and now he is backed up toward Robbie Gordon, who has 2 wins and 7 top 5s here in 15 previous races. He won both of NASCAR's road course events in 2003.
We just see how Robbie rolled that car right down into turn 11 there and closed up a little bit more.
Looks like hood's up on Brandon Ash's car. See him on pit road there. Not exactly sure what the issue is.
Explain this to me. Robbie Gordon looks slideways every oval track we go to, and yet his car looks so smooth here.
Well, this is his cup of tea. And this is what he really is. He's a road racing expert. You got to look at him right here. I mean, he is all over the back of Ryan Newman, and Ryan's going to have to let him go. And he better do it pretty quickly. Yikes.
Oh, overshot that one.
Yeah, he's out there in the no man's land, but he got it back.
Inside, clear.
May have to give a spot to Harvick here.
Nah, why not? I think I'll just force my way right on back around him.
And that's what he did.
Yes.
Wherever he goes, he is fun to watch.
The bunny just hopped right on by.
What, he lock up the brakes here, Darrell?
Yeah. He had a nose under it.
It's already turned to the left,
he was going to get a run down into 4 there. Didn't quite make it. Got on the brakes. Thing got a little sideways, ran off. Fortunately, great runoff there. See the rear wheels hopping?
Ooh, yikes.
Ooh, that's bad.
Thank goodness he's got a lot of runoff area
but
there.
Those rear wheels, we can maybe take a look at that again. Those rear wheels were bouncing, and that's just a lot of rear brake.
check with Matt and Robbie Spit.
Just keep the mic, Mike, and he told his team, I will have to trying to make a big run on the 12 of Newman. His car a little bit on the tight side.
Still third, though, doing a fine job.
Back in a rhythm and work his way back toward the front.
And Darrell, that puts a period on what you're talking about, and just explain that. These guys can adjust the bias between the front and rear brakes, and you try to put as much rear as you can where the thing will turn getting in the corner.
Here's we talk about wheel hop. Watch the rear tire, the left rear tire there. Watch it. Bam, bam, bam,
there it is.
And notice how it stops and starts. It's working the rear gear. It's snatching on that rear gear, and it'll bust a tooth off the ring gear. There goes your gear.
Great camera shots, guys.
Beautiful.
Yeah, better car control than me, too.
Thanks. You know, we talk about stuff all the time, like wheel hop, and people at home say, what is it? Well, there it is.
Kurt Busch has now pulled out to a 2.2-second lead over Ryan Newman. There you see it. As they come down through the S's and head for turn 10. Now there's Boris Said, who has fallen to 7th place, Matt.
Guys, you were speculating on Boris because he dropped 2 spots out of the top 5. Boris says the car just won't turn to the right. It's either sliding the nose, the front tire sliding on the track, or he said something is binding in the steering. So they're going to keep an eye on this issue. And if it gets worse, they may have to pit a little earlier than
I wonder if he
thought.
winged one of those tire
Right
stacks
now,
there.
He's just trying to hold on to their first scheduled stop.
Well, that's bad news, Matt, because there's 4 left turns here, but there's 8 right-hand corners.
I want to update some guys that started at the rear of the field. Denny Hamlin here in the 11 car, he started back in 40th position. This is a backup car. He crashed in practice over in turn 10 on Friday, went out and qualified this car with no practice. Remember, the last time NASCAR was at a road course with the Busch Series in Mexico, he won the race, but the car right in front of Denny, the 25 car, Brian Vickers, he about spun out qualifying. He started back in the 42nd position. Brian has worked his way up to the 23rd position, and Brian did win the race here yesterday, the race Dick Bergman was talking about. The Elite AutoZone West Series, sat on the pole, won that race in a Hendrick car.
Well, it was in actually a kind of a sentimental win for a Rick Hendrick car owner. It was Ricky Hendrick's car that Ricky had driven, and they brought it out here for Brian to drive. And so Rick said in the victory circle, he said that car will definitely be put in the Hendrick Museum as a keepsake.
Even had a paint scheme, I think, like Ricky always
Exactly. Car number 17, GMAC. Nice piece.
Roger Penske.
I think I have a picture of that one. Where is it?
In Sonoma.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by State Farm. Great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. By Ford, Bold Move.
Hang on.
By Wendy's Combos, now with a choice of 7 sides so you can do what tastes right. And by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light. Taste the cold.
Yep, here we go. Here's that.
Nice to have you with us from Sonoma. Next week, our
Quick cutaway here.
taking us to
There's that car that they mentioned there, the Ricky Hendrick car that Brian Vickers drove to that win in the West Series race.
And then Saturday, Nextel Cup Racing, 7:30 Eastern. Under
Indeed,
the lights,
yep, same paint
4:30
scheme.
Pacific, NASCAR on Fox, Saturday night. Here, Kurt Busch, the pole sitter, has led all the way in his Dodge. We saw moments ago Jeff Burton pitting.
31 car on pit road, and guys, he's a little bit out of sequence here because lap 26, this is not where you want to be pitting as far as I'm concerned, and he must have some kind of problem.
Dale Earnhardt Jr., this track, one of only 2 where he has never had a top 10 finish. He started 26th.
Yeah, the production definitely is better. It's not just nostalgia. It really isn't. The cars look great, but the way it's presented, I mean, gosh, the cars just, I mean, they look amazing. And the angles are so lively.
Sensation around this racetrack to them so they can kind of work on it. As we see right now,
you're right, Ben. It's really noticeable with it
on Jeff Gordon,
being a lower,
making his way back up to 6th place.
Lower video quality there in turn 11.
All these guys, Chris, you know, we're getting close to a pit stop here, maybe about 10 laps away. If everybody could get like around close to lap 37, I look for these leaders to be coming down pit road. Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman, Robbie Gordon, try to get in, get fresh tires, make those key adjustments, hopefully that will hold them to the next pit stop and, you know, obviously to the end of the race.
Kurt Busch, again, has 15 Nextel Cup wins, none of those on a road course. Let's rejoin Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Still like that Duracell scheme, or Energizer scheme.
Gordon right back there, chomping away at the rear bumper of Ryan Newman.
Back at it.
Now is at a point in this run where you're going to find out who's got the good car on the long run. And Robbie's car looks like it's staying really, really good for him. The other thing is, Larry and Jeff, you know this. That first time in, I'm not going to gamble. If I think my max is 37 laps, I don't know if I'll run 37 laps this first go around here, because I sure don't want to be sitting up at turn 7 complaining about being out of fuel.
Well, remember, they had 3 pace laps, but I think I know what's going on with Jeff Burton and his crew chief, Scott Miller. There you see Kevin Harvick in the 29, another Childress car, Ryan Newman in the 12. These guys told me this morning, even though the pit window is 36 to 39, the Childress cars told me, Steve, they could probably go 41 to 42 laps. This is a scheduled stop for these guys.
It is, Larry Mack. In fact, Todd Berrier thought about pitting a couple of laps earlier. 31 stopped on lap 26. Now here comes Kevin Harvick. He's been in the top 4 this entire race. Jason Pulver and Clint Pittman are the tire changers. Nick Terry, the jackman, comes around the front of that Chevrolet. Left side tires going on, Matt.
Hold on, Matt. The leader may have blown up. Kurt Busch had a big shower of sparks. Was it brake lockup?
Yeah, he got in turn 5 up there way too hard. Way too hard.
All right, sorry. Let's go back to Matt to recap.
Right now is when you got the least amount of grip. Your tire's worn out. Your tires are worn out, and so you overdrive a corner a little bit. All you can do is slam on the brakes and hope to stay on the track.
Let's have another look here.
It's coming down the hill. This is a slick place. We saw Robbie Gordon get in trouble here, and the same thing with Kurt.
Ooh, yeah.
Got a little bit of wheel bounce, and he's using a lot of brakes.
Just coughed it a little there.
Are really, really black on the front of that car.
Oh,
it's just the tires all locked up. Thank goodness they got that run out area there.
Yes.
Well, Ward Burton probably would make a good boomhauer. I don't know. He's always entertaining hearing him doing anything, including checking out his farm and watching for snakes.
And the 7 of Gordon making his way to his pit stall. Now, Robbie said although the car was just a tick on the tight side on the front end of this run, the car really came to life. He doesn't want any adjustments to the 7. Solid stop going on so far. To Dick Bergman.
Kenseth is in. He is getting 4 tires and fuel. Originally this morning, his crew chief, Robbie Reiser, said they were going to go long. They didn't. And right behind him, Ron Fellows. A bit of a slow stop. Fellows, not any forward bite to the point that the car has gotten very loose.
You just can't gamble right now on going long. You got to come in a little early this first time, get a fuel check, stretch it next time.
If you run out of gas
there goes the other light. That's okay. It's not too dark.
Woe be unto you.
But I've got to believe Kurt Busch in the 2, he should be coming to pit road because remember his teammate Ryan Newman in the 12 was on pit road about 2 laps ago.
He's in.
Kurt Busch will surrender the lead. You see Tony Stewart passing him on the racetrack. Stewart will pick up 5 bonus
parallel
points.
aesthetic to Frutiger Arrow, yeah.
Depot Chevy.
Kind of like that, yeah.
That's a long pit road, and I tell you what,
polished and futuristic.
Jamie McMurray is in.
Definitely not minimalistic for sure. And I like the colors coordinating with the team, because that's nice.
While the 2's working his way down pit road, the 24 Gordon's expected to also make his visit. Now, Kurt, he said the car was tight on the left, but
Nash still rolling, but got to be laps down at this point.
Much like his teammate in the 12 of Newman, they made an air pressure adjustment. Busch's team is going to make a chassis and air pressure adjustment. The pole sitter, great run going so far today. Would love to add a Nextel Cup trophy next to his Southwest Tour trophy. He stalled the car on exit. The team pushes it, finally fires.
There we
He's
go.
away.
Tells me she was pretty low on fuel. When you take off like that, they die a little bit. But also, did you notice he was right dead on the mark in his pit box?
Mark Martin and Greg Biffle have stopped. Brian Vickers now in. So is Casey Kane and Dale Earnhardt Jr., along with P.J. Jones.
Now, our leader right now is Tony Stewart in the 20 car. Now, this is when it's nail-biting for a crew chief that has not pitted. When you have as many cars that has pitted, now Tony Stewart's decided to pit. But when you have this many cars that has pitted and you have not, if a caution comes out,
yeah, not very twisted on the road course ones. This is back when your road course car was just something you parked in the corner and then used every once in a while.
So Morris Said will pick up the lead if he stays out on the racetrack instead of pitting, and the pit entrance is between turns 10 and 11 here. You come all the way around the outside of 11, and half the pit road is before turn 12, half of it's after. Here's Matt.
The 8 and the 9, Earnhardt Jr. and Kane have already pitted. Both were extremely loose. That's the same problem that Tony Stewart is battling. When he tries to jump in the gas, the car just breaks free. His team makes significant air pressure adjustment as Ira Joe Hussey hits those lugs. Good stop by the Home Depot guys. 24, Jeff Gordon is in. Now Steve Letarte was going to try to tighten him up, pull both spring rubbers out of both rear springs.
There we go.
His car just extremely free.
And one of the things about your first gear when you leave pit box, because we use first gear off of turn 11, it's a little higher than a normal first gear. So that's why these guys sometimes have trouble getting out of the pits.
Speaking of trouble, Tony Stewart is too fast entering the pits.
Oh, man.
He's going to get a drive-through.
And like
you know, Jimmy, yeah, I'm not sure if I heard of Austin Varco. I noticed that there's he's represented by another autism foundation. I wonder if it's similar to Armani Williams, another driver who's contending with that's competing in the series.
Now you enter the pits between turns.
Either way, yeah, first-timer competing in San Diego, more power to him.
Boris Set coming through here.
Here comes, guys, nice and smooth, 2 rounds in the left rear. Get them tight, nice and smooth, guys. Nice and smooth, 35 all the way to me.
The voice of Frank Stoddard, the crew chief.
Gonna put some wedge in it.
Wheel straight.
Left rear,
just
2
past the
rounds,
starting
that tightens
line.
the car up.
Pit box is plain white pit box for the No Fear team.
Makes it a challenge, though, because if you tighten it up for one direction, make it where it's not loose, it could make it loose for the other direction. So it's a real challenge with adjustment.
Let's go.
Now, our leader right now is Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car. I've got to believe Chad Canals has to bring him
I'll have to check that out,
the
man.
next lap,
There you
because
go.
if we get a caution
You might be
right.
right. You might be right. I haven't looked his stats up yet. I haven't done the entry list article. I just outlined it yesterday. But I got to. I'm probably not going to get around to writing it till tomorrow or Thursday.
If you do your math, like you said, 37 laps, and you don't pay any attention to what everybody else is doing.
I didn't think Pocono was
very well
too
be on
bad,
this game
Marcus,
plan.
but I mean, I'm a little biased. I picked Hamlin to win, so I was kind of just enjoying rubbing that into Last Bro's face since he picked Reddick to
It would
win.
be a fine pair to get together out there.
But yeah, it's cool to see
Turn 4.
Whoa.
get Kings
gets
Hawaiian
so
to win.
close right there.
Oh, it's just a pile of tires, Daryl.
Oh, Robbie. Yeah. Hello, Boris.
That's that same area where Jamie McMurray, our outside pole sitter, had problems on lap 1 at the start of the race.
Little push come to shove there. Jimmy Johnson.
Little wave, too.
On pit road, Steve.
And Mike Chad Canals was
Yeah, the
telling
gold
Jimmy,
paint
be
scheme
very
really is
careful about
nice.
pit road
I still
speed.
like the
Gotta
yellow
get
and black
down here
Robbie
with
one.
visuals
That one's
because
just
the pit road
gorgeous.
dog legs
Just
left.
gorgeous.
Jimmy saying his car was loose out of what he
Yeah,
called
Pocono
turn
last year was
8A,
worse when nobody could get
turn
around
10,
Briscoe.
and turn
I
1.
didn't think that one was too bad either because at least fuel mileage was part of it. It was similar to kind of what we had this year, but I know a lot of people were pretty pissed about that one. But I don't know. I didn't mind it as much. But
Agonizing.
I will concede that yeah, this year's
Now,
was
our leader
definitely better
is
than
Kevin
last year's.
Harvick in the
Definitely.
29 and running second, and Ryan Newman in the 12. You see the blue deuce back there. The reason these guys got the
Thank
lead,
you, Finty
they
Joan,
put their fresh tires
or
on
John.
2
Thank you
laps
for tuning
before
in.
Busch took
Yep,
advantage
20
of it.
years for the channel there. It's doing a little special live stream. Watch along. 2006 Dodge Save Mart 350, first race that I broadcast. Well, not really broadcast, but showed footage from when I was in the grandstands that weekend in turn 2. Some of the first videos there. Definitely check that out too.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing.
And yes, I think I thought about changing the race for tonight's stream, but you know what? This one had Kyle Busch and Greg Biffle in it. I think that'd be a good way to kind of tie in there too. So yeah, this is a fun one.
35 laps complete, 75 to go.
This was a serious point coming
on
up.
Raceway, Kevin Harvick with a lead of 0.7 of a second over Ryan Newman and Kurt Busch. Greg Biffle is 10 seconds back of the lead group. Mark Martin 12 seconds back. Jeff Gordon 13 behind. Then Jimmy Johnson, Robbie Gordon, and Boris Said are the top 10. Reed Sorensen got a penalty for too fast exiting the pits on his first stop of the day. There's the lead, and it's not much. Kevin Harvick back to the 2 Penske cars. I saw Harvick's car on a Richard Childress this morning, and I said, boy, what a great double dip trip. He has the winery there in Lexington, North Carolina, and he's been doing a lot of scouting out here in wine country, as well as looking over his 3 Nextel Cup teams.
Well, Harvick last night was sitting right in a spot there to win.
Do not take any chances here. 3,500 here. Don't get caught on that first box. Since this time, 3,500. Watch that first box down there, boys. It's a yellow, big yellow line. Do not speed up. Do not speed.
At the cone, 3,500 at the cone.
There we go. Watch cars yesterday. Very nice.
Pit road now, boys. Be nice and ready for this stop.
Thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
Great information.
The stall is right under the pit flagman, past the dog leg, 3,500.
Got a picture of Brandon Ash's car here if you want to see that.
And Daryl has talked about this a
0-2
lot. His
machine
pit road
there from
speed
pit
no
road.
longer starts at that first pit box. It started way back there, 150 feet back at the cones. Do not speed. In fact, play it conservative here.
I think you look at Ricky Rudd when he drove for Tony Stewart at Dover a couple of weeks ago. Ricky got caught leaving the pit for speeding. The line was outside the pit lane. I think you got a guy like Borsetti. He doesn't run with us every week. So you got to give him that good information. And you got to hammer it into his head how important that is.
Kevin Harvick has a mirror full of Dodge, and here comes Ryan Newman to the inside. And Kurt Busch trying to follow.
It's going from a mirror full to a side window full of those two Penske cars. As Newman's going to take the lead here at lap 38. Kurt Busch, the 2, has to fall in line.
I believe that's our first green flag pass for the lead today as you watch from our DLP Ultimate Picture Cam. Uh-oh.
Oh,
J.J.
Yaley
Yaley doing a little agricultural racing. And his teammate, Denny Hamlin, has a flat right
Dennis.
Front, and caution is
flat
out.
right front.
It just happens that quickly on the road course. I mean, you can have wrecks all over the place.
This isn't the year that Denny came around with the hood flown up. I think it was 2010.
They are related to each other, too.
Well, they are related by being teammates, but watch the green 18.
Off-road excursion there at turn 3.
And they're a little too hot.
It's a little dippy right there. The car wants to dip around and get loose. Coming downhill, those elevation changes, they get to you after a while.
Second caution flag of the day, the first one on lap 1 with the attendant
grass on the
flag.
grill there, the 11. Yeah, the FedEx Chevys look nice. I mean, Toyotas are cool, but yeah, the Chevys and then running the different paint schemes, the different FedEx branches, like Express versus Kinko's and all that. That was great.
Sponsored by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. By Napa Auto Parts. Napa, get the good stuff. By New Gillette Fusion, the best shave ever in manual and battery power. And by Allstate, official insurance sponsor of NASCAR. Nice to have you with us for the Dodge Save Mart 350. Time for a Visa race break. We've been racing for just over an hour. And drivers talk about the different challenges of a road course. We saw that right away. On the first lap, Jamie McMurray in the 26 car, starting on the front row, goes off course along with Bobby Labonte. He fell to 39th at McMurray. And then that's Ken Schrader, sideways. Sterling Marlin rams into it with nowhere to go. 5 cars involved, 3 knocked out of the race. All the
No, I don't believe Newman ever wanted Series .6 wide.
Once
he
they
came
got to running,
close.
Kurt Busch, the pole sitter, led the first 29 laps. Tony Stewart going for his 4th straight road course win.
Conceivably, he should have.
A Kurt Busch scheduled pit stop, but then he got penalized for speeding on pit road and dropped back to 12th. Moments ago, a couple of gift cars bringing out the most recent caution. Ryan Newman in his Dodge on lap 40, leading his first race of this year.
Leading his first race of this year, and I'll be honest with you, Chris, when you look at the 12 car being up there in the front, I think he's probably surprised a lot of people.
Car.
See a couple of guys taking an opportunity to come down pit road, Ron Fellows in particular, but this guy here is really putting on a pretty good demonstration against a guy like Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. I mean, they know this racetrack and got some pretty good road racing experience. So, I mean, to me, DW, I'd have to believe right now that Ryan Newman has got to be kind of like a surprise for being out leading this race.
And we'll get DW's comment in a moment. Kurt Busch is currently running 3rd behind Ryan Newman. This has been a Visa race break. No matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
Ryan said the other day, I've got a really good car here. I'm really looking forward to this race. So maybe it's not such a surprise to see him out there in the lead.
So, yep, great quality on this. Full credit to Voti on this one.
Nobody at the front
John.
hit it.
So this is not on NASCAR Classics. This is on Vody's channel. I did put his channel in the pinned post on this. So definitely make sure you subscribe to him there as well.
Pitted of our leaders
This
back
tide raise all boats. I also have the links in there to this channel as well as to Ben Schneider's channel there, so you can check out all three of ours.
We need to get up there close to about lap 70 or 72. That's when they'll come back to pit road for their final stop.
And just follow up a little bit on what Jeff was saying. I mean, Ryan Newman finished 8th in this race last year, or 9th in this race last year, so he knows how to get around here. Interesting thing to me, though, is that you got Kurt Busch driving Rusty's old car, and they ran 3rd and 4th here last year. Kurt did 3rd, and Rusty was 4th, so that's a good car for this road course.
Time for our second singular virtual crew chief question. You could be Matt Borland on this one. Who is the current king of NASCAR road racing? Pick from Jeff Gordon, Robbie Gordon, or Tony Stewart. To answer, text the word crew to 191 on your singular wireless phone or log on to foxsports.com.
Easy for you to say.
Last singular.
Speaking of Tony Stewart, if there's someone that caution helped, it's Tony Stewart, the 20 car. Remember the last green flag stop, he had the pit road speeding penalty. Well, what this did, he had worked his way back up to the 12th position. It let him catch up. So that right there could let him overcome the penalty.
Kyle Petty got the free pass on this caution. He's back on the lead lap from our DLP cable cam. What do you say we crank it up on this restart road race style?
Whoop. A little bit of interference on Pruitt's car. Now review Kyle Busch's car there on the left. Again, great paint scheme. Blue and yellow, nice strong color combination. Chom. Chom is pronounced T-J-O-M. Okay, right on. Good to know. Finn Chom. So there we go. Excellent. Well, learned something new today. Oh, it sounds like a much higher engine pitch on Mikey's car here.
Leaders coming to turn 11. Harvick under attack from Kurt Busch.
Kurt's hard on the brakes, man. He had a look inside of Harvick getting down in there, but he decided couldn't quite make the pass without getting into it, so he had to get on the brakes pretty hard there. Smoking the tires. Seen that a couple of times out of that car.
Tell you what, I want to talk about this guy right here, Greg Biffle, in the 16 car. Started back in the 7th position. Remember, after that run at Michigan last week, finishing 4th, he bounced to the top 10 in points. He's
National Guard car, there you go.
6 consecutive top 10 finishes, and he's trying to back it up here because he has 3 starts with no top 10 finishes. He's certainly trying to change that today.
That flat tire may have cost Denny Hamlin. He might fall out of the top 10 in points today.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Harvick led some of this race, now running up in 2nd place. Steve Burns in his pit.
Mike under caution.
I like
Kevin
looking at the
Harvick
nose of
said,
these cars and be able to recognize each one pretty clearly.
Especially coming down the hill.
Ooh, Sorensen.
The 41 car spun on the racetrack.
Everybody gets around and dodges Reed Sorensen at turn 7. No caution. See if Sorensen, he can get refired. A little damage in the back.
Got spun out there, Jimmy. Of course.
Jeff Gordon coming up into the lead battle. 3rd place right there.
Looks like they've adjusted on his car today and made it a lot better because he is moving now.
Yes, he is.
Well, let's see who may have gotten into the back of Reed Sorensen's target dodge.
See a little damage back there in the rear, so I got to believe somebody got down in there a little hot. Whoops. Number 26 car looked like that's turn 7. It's great passing place, but you got to give the guy, everybody's got to work their way through there. Now
Ron Fellows is in the pit stick.
And that's for a flat right rear tire, Mike. But boy, what a struggle these guys have been on. Car owner Cal Wells told me this morning he had spent in excess of $400,000, more than he ordinarily would spend to get into an automobile race, just to try to win this thing. His driver, Fellows, has won in NASCAR's Busch Series, in the Craftsman Truck Series, finished second twice in the Cup Series. But with all the problems that they have had today, the most serious is the chassis. That expensive new chassis just hasn't hooked up.
Well, the biggest. Gordon in the 24 on the move. DW said the car loose everywhere. Meanwhile, the other Gordon, Robbie, runs in the 7th position in the 7 car. He's going to have to be patient until their final stop. He came on the radio extremely upset at what said. Contact, he said, to the left front corner, possibly messed up the toe. Definitely, he says, messed up the aerodynamics on that left front corner. The car pushes like a dump truck.
Leader Ryan Newman has company coming. Jeff Gordon has climbed to 2nd spot and Kurt Busch to 3rd. Kevin Harvick back to 4th.
And just to go back to Ron Fellows, what Ron Fellows needs is what Tony Stewart got a while ago. He's still on the lead lap. He just needs a caution to get caught back up. But he needs it pretty quick because this race is going to go by in a hurry.
Yeah, we're tearing right through it, really. Couldn't think of it.
Jumps up there and takes the lead because he's setting a blistering pace right now, and they have definitely improved his car. No question about Jeff being a great road racing driver. So he's coming up there. He's going to get the lead here shortly.
Newman's lead, 1.1.
Oh, Strevy.
Scott
Pruitt, rather.
Everybody gets past.
He was trying to get it going again.
And that's turn 7. Once again.
Now, Scott was running in the 16th position, so he's going to go all the way up to the back of the lead lap cars.
I wasn't a big fan of that black space on the 40. Just didn't quite look as good as the other versions of the Silver Bullet, if you ask me.
7 incident looks like this.
I mean, I see what they're going for.
Like Elliott Sadler may have given the old Coors Light car a little bump. The train was coming.
Just didn't quite speak to me like the other schemes did.
The gravy train, the dog train.
Those stage yells, yeah, isn't that wise? We're just clicking these laps down, baby.
Well, a lot of cars just squeaking by. Listen to this here.
Here we go.
Oh, there's a motor man somewhere that's cringing right now.
Tony Stewart has passed Robbie Gordon. So that will change 8th place. Boris Said has also gotten past Gordon.
It sounds like Robbie Gordon's having a problem with the car now that that damage. He hit Boris Said pretty hard there a little bit ago.
And what Tony Stewart in the 20 car.
Oh, hang on.
We got another car.
So McMurray again?
7.
Yeah, I think I remember this one. I think I was grabbing something to drink during this in turn 2. And then they saw that McMurray spun out again.
Get me out clear. We got 2 more. And coming by you.
Where's that? Brandon Nash.
Clear, all clear.
Brandon Nash goes by. And here's what happened to Fellows.
I don't think he looks like he's stalled right there.
Oh,
Ron. Caution is out. That's the caution that Tony Stewart needs right there again to get caught up more.
It was the caution Ron Fellows needed until he became the caution by stopping and blocking the entrance to pit road.
Okay.
Looks like Stewart's got a good bit of damage on his left front fender, too.
Watch the 26 of McMurray come sailing in. Oh, boy, P.J. Jones just body slammed him.
Turn 7 again. I mean, you get a run across that little short chute there, and then there's no place to go. The guys, you got to make the corner. You got to give a guy room to make the corner. Just wasn't enough room there for 2 cars.
Old BJ just shouldered him.
Pretty hard. That was a pretty hard shot that time.
Oh, man. Yeah, turn 7 is tricky. Ooh, wow, that did a lot of damage to PJ.
Looks like
pushed it in pretty good.
Could be rubbing a left rear tire on that 4 car, P.J. Jones.
Yeah, the 26 has got a lot of damage down the right.
You got to wonder with the speed that Jones carried in there, did the brakes lock up or did maybe the brakes fail?
I don't know. I don't think he was using a whole lot of brakes, so it's hard to tell.
Third caution flag of the day, and officially it's for Ron Fellows stopping at the entrance of pit road.
It's been about 16 laps since these guys pitted under green, but trust me, we can go to break, but they're not going to come now yet. Still got a long way to go.
All right, I believe you.
All righty. Whoop, getting ready for the Daytona night race. Excellent.
Final NASCAR on Fox race of the season next Saturday night under the lights. Daytona International Speedway, the Pepsi 400.
Oh, yeah. We do a little racing. We do a little wrecking. We're having a big old time.
47 laps complete. Ryan Newman, the leader, under caution, down to Jeff Hammond. At our
What model camera, G and NASCAR fan, 2410? Very good question. I'm trying to remember. I could see if I could find that
When you
here.
come here to Sears Point or Infineon, as they want to call it, bigger brake pads than ever. These guys come in here with so much more brake pads, 6-piston calipers, special transmissions. I mean, synchronizers. But the problem right now we've been seeing here lately is things breaking. It could break. Already had a problem here in the rear gear area with a guy wheel hopping, possibly breaking this rear end gear. So many things can go wrong on a road course. And as you well know, DW, it's up to that driver to take care of it as we get ready to go back to green.
Yeah, a driver really
We got a
controls
newer
his own
one in
destiny here
07.
more
We
than
picked up one at
anywhere
Costco
else
that had a
because
little
of all
better
the things that
zoom.
he has.
This
He
one
has
had a pretty
hold
good
of gear
zoom,
shift, he has
though. I
hold
was
of
pretty
accelerator,
pleased with the
brakes.
pictures we got
He
out of
controls
it.
all that stuff more here than anywhere else.
Back to green.
Let's see.
Ryan Newman leading Jeff Gordon, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, and Greg Biffle. 3 of our road course ringers having problems that last lap.
I'll tell you one thing, these guys are not timid today about beating on each other. I wouldn't do that to Tony if I were you.
Digital signature.
Clear.
I was
7
hoping
in
it
your
would say
mirror.
the kind of camera.
It was pretty hard on old Boris right there.
Oh, it was a type of camera was a Sony DSC
See Kyle
S60.
Busch in the 5 car battling
A
Joe Nemechek in
DSC
the 01
S60.
car.
That's
Kyle
what I
back in
had
the
there
15th
back
position.
then.
Remember how hard he hit the wall, but we got a battle for the lead, boys.
Oh, there we go,
Jeff Gordon
Newman.
in the 24 car. all
Newman
over the
not
back of the
messing
red
around.
Volvo, Brian Newman in the 12.
Hard to make passes right where he was. But watch Jeff. He'll get
I know it's like a
over,
silver
he'll fall back
camera.
here just a little bit. Now he's going to come down here to turn 10.
DSC.
Close up right here. Try to get
S60.
underneath the 12. Get good run off of turn 10. Look to the inside.
Oh yeah, cyber shot.
And try to outbreak him getting down in here, and he does.
Take the position away. If he can get that good forward bite off the bottom, he will win the battle off of the last corner up past the start-finish line. Gordon will lead this lap.
Which former driver make
He
a
had
good
to
broadcaster?
clear
I don't know. That's a good
Newman
question.
before that left-hander, though, or that would have
Was
put
the
him on
video quality
outside
better than
instead of the
YouTube's
inside.
compression
You say
put
hello,
out?
Newman, and I say
Probably.
goodbye.
You know, I still have like those clips. I wonder if they would show up any better. I don't know.
Jeff Gordon to the lead over the Penske duo of Newman and Kurt Busch. Busch was our pole sitter, and he has led this race the most number of laps so far, 29 laps. So as Jeff Gordon goes to the lead, pay off our singular virtual crew chief question. Who is NASCAR's leading king of the road? Tony Stewart.
He has been lately.
Winner of the last
4 in a
3.
row here.
Congratulations, Russell Tilson.
Oh yeah, this looks like. Yep,
Will
here it
win
is. Here it
Jeff
is.
Burton's payday next week in Daytona. Nice prize.
Yeah, you want to know the camera I used here for this? There it is. Sony DSC S60, old CyberShot
He is in the
camera.
11th position. We know when we got to that first set of green flag stops, Stewart locked it
Oh,
up.
Tony.
Bruce gets in the side of Boris.
Oh, no.
Oh, Boris getting them back.
This is going on. This
Side
started
now,
a
right
little bit
side,
ago.
right side.
That was war.
Yeah, they're just kind of trading a little paint right now. They just started back there when Tony sort of used Boris up. Boris was kind of using Tony up that time.
Now there's one back, the 31. He'll race you clean.
Tony just got down in there so hard, out of control.
Ooh, Robbie got by both of them.
Horse a lot of credit. He showed a lot of restraint right there because he's not racing for the championship, and he knows Tony is. But look, Tony is lucky that he didn't wreck them both.
I think it's a good thing Boris was there for Tony.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tony had a hard time steering to the right to stay off him.
Cool, be smooth.
What the hell is this? Okay.
Inside, smoking his brakes, right side. Right side.
Oh, Tony banged up pretty good. I remember he dropped back in this. I forgot what it was that did that. That would do.
That's definitely where that smoke's coming from, and that tire's been in there pretty hard on the left front.
Where there's smoke, there's tire.
No, it's Tony.
And the thing about it, the box that this would put this group in is we're at lap 50 with 60 to go. We're probably a good 15 to 18 laps out from what these guys would like to be their final pit stop, but that's a pretty serious tire rub right there.
That thing can't drive right either with that tire pushed in, with that fender pushed in against the tire like that.
Ooh, wow. Look how clear that is. You can even see the little wisp of
Stewart
smoke
has
coming off
rebounded
it.
from a pit road
Just
speeding
unreal.
penalty to climb his way up into the top 8.
Wait, Tony setting the race out when he was hurt, maybe not even going to Dover, not racing at Dover. They elected to do that. And I was thinking, well, you just got to be in the top 10. And he was comfortably there. But, boy, I tell you what, you start putting these races together, though, what happened at Michigan last week, you have a problem here, and we still got a good ways to go to that 26th race. Got to be careful. You'll find yourself outside the top 10.
How many times this year have we talked about a situation with the 48 car, Jimmy Johnson, our points leader? Now, didn't get that great of a qualifying run. He qualified in 16th. You heard Dick Bergwick talking about a new chassis that Ron Fellows had here. This is the same type of chassis. These guys were terrible yesterday. They said the car was so loose, but Steve, looks like they have made the right adjustments again on his 48 car.
Yeah, Larry Mack, they were frustrated in happy hour practice, but Jimmy Johnson just said it's better than it was early in the race. The longer we run, the more the car shows its strength. Chad Knaus, the crew chief, said so. You mean it is getting better? Jimmy said, yes, it is.
And if I remember, during that happy hour, Jimmy Johnson was the cheerleader that said, guys, let's just keep working on it. Let's just keep after it.
Well, Pratt Miller, that built the Corvettes for Chevrolet's road racing program, built these cars for Cal Wells and for Rick Hendrick to run here, hoping they'd have a better bullet for the race at Sonoma.
I relate it to my computer. A lot of times I'm mad at my computer because it won't do what I want it to, and it's not the computer. So I say, there's something wrong with the computer. There's nothing wrong with the computer. It's
There's
the
these cars
operator.
bouncing around
so
there.
they've had
Man,
to
oh,
learn
man.
about this car, and I think
Hello
the more
there,
they learn, the more
Showtime.
they'll
Thanks for
learn,
tuning
and the
in.
more they'll know what button
Hello
to
from
push.
Dryden.
52 laps in, and Jeff
Cars
Gordon's lead
bouncing
over
all over
Ryan
the place.
Newman has grown to 1 second, Matt.
Right now, the top three, Mike, just trying to be patient. Now, Gordon can hold on and score a victory. It'll be the second time in his career that he's had to wait until outside of the first third of the season to score the season's first win. Now, the car's still on the free side, while the guy in his mirror, Ryan Newman, in the 12, his car, like Gordon, free on exit, while the two of Busch on the tight side going down into one.
You know, while we're talking about Jeff Gordon, the 24 car, I want to make a note about his teammate again, Brian Vickers in the 25 car. We made note of him earlier. He started all the way back in the 42nd position. He has now cracked the top 15 in 14th. You know why? They have stayed after the racetrack keys. He has stayed on the racetrack.
Oh, man, the
no
resolution
self-inflicted
still...
mechanical failures.
I'm trying to
Right
reload
now, that group, Lance
one of the
LaRue,
old videos
they're
here on the
their own
channel,
race,
but
their
yeah,
own
the
strategy.
quality
Coming
is
off of a
still
win,
really, really
definitely
low.
doesn't hurt anything either.
I don't know if the compression is much
Got off the
better.
track in qualifying, started 42nd.
Kind of looks the same way it did back then.
Right there.
He and Kyle Busch don't seem to have a lot of regard for the curbing here.
Well, you can't. It's in the way. They put it right in the worst place it could possibly be.
You're right.
Yeah, I think the frame rate is just really, really low. Oh, yeah.
Kurt Busch led most of the first 29 laps. He now finds himself in third, right behind his Penske Racing teammate Ryan Newman. We listened in.
Kurt, just thinking ahead to our last stop. Did we make any improvements there last time?
We got it looser in turn 3, but turn 1 I'm struggling. I really got to shut down early.
Let's see.
I don't know if it's just that the front tires aren't just are getting worn out as far as the way the front end's controlling and stuff. I don't know.
Set for turn 1.
Oh, that's cool there, Josh.
Turn 1. And that right
Yeah,
now
the Father's Day edition Petties. That was always a good one.
And the problem these guys have, everyone has, and you've got to get as much information as you can. That was Kurt Busch telling his crew chief, Roy McCauley, what he has. As we've been talking, probably only one more pit stop to make the right adjustments to get the right set of tires on that car.
Wow, yeah. I mean, such long green flag runs in this one, too, which is great. I mean, everybody's just wearing each other out.
Transfer forward under braking. You wanted to rock back under acceleration. That's what you fight, trying to get that balance.
35 cars on the lead lap.
You wanted to and turning, and then getting that good bite drive off the corner.
That said, Jeff,
Run Fellows off the track after his mechanical issue. That's unfortunate. Dropping him behind
Mike, he
Brandon
really is.
Ash,
I got a
4
chance
laps
to talk
down.
to Doug Richard earlier this morning, and he said, man, you just don't understand how much better this week has been than a year ago. They had a lot of problems in qualifying a year ago.
Hanging on, Biffle.
Wound up starting back at like 40th, couldn't get back up to about 14th, and they felt like if they had a solid qualifying effort, which they did, that he could keep up with these guys. Doug was very confident. He said, Greg is kind of underrated, I think, as a road racer, and so far he's given me good information. He's been smooth. And the key thing, Larry McReynolds, he's kept that 16 car on this surface all day long and been very smooth.
Oh, yeah, he has. I mean, we've seen him out of shape a few times, as we've seen almost everyone. This place is so slick right now, but great job by Greg and Doug.
It is, and that takes a lot of people to make that happen, because we know how aggressive Greg Biffle is. He likes to hang it out. He'll brush that thing up against the wall. He'll put a fender under you in a heartbeat. So you got to have a lot of people coaching you to come here and be disciplined to run this race.
Yeah, running very well.
Coming, led by Tony Stewart right there with Boris Set behind. Those two just passed Robbie Gordon a lap ago. And said ever since that big bump in turn 11, he's been scrambling trying to get back to Stewart.
He is. And
he's working on it.
Keep a real close eye on those two.
I'll talk to him after. He's going to hear from me.
Ooh, boy.
I think
gonna hear from me, baby.
I know what Boris just said.
Professor Set said, Jeff Gordon leading with 55 laps complete, halfway.
You can't fear anyone or any track.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by DLP Picture Technology from Texas.
It's like a movie theater. Cup holder. The old Howie Long commercials. Anybody remember those?
Time today as our DLP camera shows you the stacks of tires that protect turn 11. One of those stacks has been moved.
Ooh, we got a car getting pushed backwards.
There it is.
White car getting pushed back. I wonder if it was Ash again. Oh, or maybe somebody else.
Say that Joe may have gotten a little shove
Nemechek,
there.
Okay.
From
was
99.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was, but you can see a white car getting pushed back behind the wall there.
Let's see what happens here. Here comes.
Ooh, Nemechek got the back end around. There you go.
He's 21.
I do miss the tire sacks. I think that's still a better view of that section. I don't mind the Jersey barriers. I got used to it last year.
And for the Army car of
but yeah, you do get a much better view of that area with tire
told you and showed you earlier that Tony Stewart had gotten past Robbie Gordon, and so did Boris Set. We didn't show you how it happened.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Ben.
But now we can. It was turn 11 once again.
I still like standing at turn 11 for the
Boris Set.
during the races itself. I think it's a great view. But yeah, a little less so without it. Ooh, and Boris is there.
Punt, pass.
A little rough out there.
Now Boris had already had a run-in with Stewart.
But the 20 had a little bit of an issue with the way you passed him. That's why he retaliated like that, supposedly. But just that information for you. We don't need to take each other out here. Let's be smart about this.
Amen. Both of these guys, they've got good race cars. They just need to settle down, put that behind them. If they want to talk about it after the race, have at it. But you've got two cars that potentially could finish in the top 5.
This caution gives everybody a chance to settle down. It's the 4th one of the day.
I wonder if it came in as loud and clear in those cars as it did up here in the booth. I didn't hear a voice respond.
I didn't hear Kid Moore.
I didn't hear anything.
And let's talk about this caution right here. We've got 51 laps to go. We're still about 10 to 12 laps away from that window we've been talking about that would let these guys make a pit stop that would make it to the end without stopping again. I still firmly believe that most of these guys in the top 15 or 20, they're still on their game plan because they know probably everyone up there will stay out, so you'll be on equal tires.
So we'll expect everybody to follow the Dodge Ram. And we roll out through
trying something else here in the background here, folks.
Let's
see if I can.
Farm safety report.
Well, thanks, Mike. Every one of the race cars today has got a convex mirror just like this one attached to the left side so they can see who's beside them so that when they try to make a left-hand turn, they can do that. They've also got a mirror on the top of the headliner so they can see who's behind them, but the entire right side of the car is a blind spot. For that reason, they've got spotters all over the racetrack to tell them when they're clear high, clear low, so they can move left or right without running into anybody. Perhaps the biggest single cause of major crashes on big superhighways are people moving left or moving right, changing lanes with a blind spot in their car that they don't know is there, and they change lanes right into somebody else, and that's a problem. Look twice. Your car almost certainly has a blind spot, especially for a motorcycle.
Thanks, Dick. There's
trying to get the old video editor loaded up here in the background.
Outside review mirrors on Dale Jarrett.
And to show you how the sport evolves, we used to try to use one of them. NASCAR wouldn't let us. That was not, they didn't want it sticking out there on that A post, and they didn't want you to have a mirror on the A post. You could have one mirror.
Here's a look at what's happened today at Infineon Raceway. A 5-car crash triggered when Kenny Schrader spun, led to a 12-minute red flag. Kurt Busch, the early leader. He gave way to Ryan Newman, then Jeff Gordon, then Kevin Harvick, then Tony Stewart. Morissette led a lap, so did Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I love that the nose on the Dodges too. It looks gorgeous. Great, just great looking cars in general.
Lap or so will go back to green.
And it was fun seeing it even back then.
Save Mark 350 on Fox.
Look how big the fan zone is. I mean, you got the one that's in the
the
crook of the track there by turn 10. You got the other one that's behind the main grandstands. Oh, look, there's Sterling Marlin's hauler leaving after Marlin crashed out in the first lap. So here's his hauler pulled out that way. Hopefully it'll pop back up here. There it is.
Stewart on the outside going after Biffle for 4th.
That's a pass.
Favorite manufacturer nose. I like for this particular model year, I would say the Chevys.
Scott Pruitt
I like those the best.
He came through turn 1.
I like the 2004 Dodges better than the other Dodges.
Now Stewart's going to tip it on the inside down into turn 4 right there, and he'll make the pass.
Oh,
Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, Jimmy.
Around and goes.
And how Jeff Burton didn't hit him is amazing.
That's a NASCAR 360 right there.
I don't think I've ever seen 4 wide on a road course before. But there it was.
Well, you can do it, but you won't make it. It's a problem.
They all got
looped it around there. There you go, Jimmy.
And he's only going to lose about 6 positions.
He was 7th. Now he's 14th.
But yeah, I like the Chevys in 06. Like 03 to 06, they look nice. 03 Pontiacs were even better.
Brian Vickers in that 25 car.
And I like the 04 Dodges.
I think he probably made his tires pretty
And then 05, 06. And I guess, yeah, probably into 07 even. Probably like the Chevys even better than Toyotas.
Today's Allstate Good Hands driver.
And then from there, it was kind of a toss-up with the car tomorrow and all that.
On behalf of Jimmy, Allstate will donate a $1,000 scholarship to the Urban Youth Racing School. Allstate official insurance sponsor of NASCAR.
Oh, he just whiffed it off of Boris, it looked like.
He gets my vote, though.
That was just in, too, by the way.
Yikes. Great job, Jeff Burton, not running him over.
Another miraculous save by Jimmy Johnson.
Dale Jr. very unhappy with his race car, and he is.
Yeah, the common template here. Yeah, 03 was nice.
Maybe an adjustment.
And this is
I love the tall noses. I thought the Chevys looked so much better. I thought the Pontiacs looked nice.
But just to update you,
and the Fords weren't bad.
Right now, I think we'll see most of those guys.
The Pontiacs were the best for
sure. In about the next 9 to 11
Dodges were okay.
For what would be a final pit stop.
The Dodges were like becoming what they became in 04.
Robbie Gordon
just got into the back
of Kyle Busch.
Kyle losing spots.
They were racing for 8th place.
Yeah, Kyle's got a problem. He's real slow over there.
And now you see Scott Pruitt.
Still there.
Oh, just drilled Junior.
I think that's the problem Dale Earnhardt Jr. ended up having.
Yeah.
Oh. There's Denny with an. I remember Denny's nose was caved in this race.
Not intentionally.
Oh.
And here's Robbie Gordon.
Oh, Robbie lifting him.
A fading Kyle Busch.
Oh, Kyle did a good job keeping it pointed.
Busch did a good job of hanging on to that piece.
Yeah.
Like a zoo over there. Bunnies.
Look at these things. Things just getting tore up out there.
But now Kyle Busch in the 5 brings his car to pit road with 47 laps to go. Again, I think that's a good 5 to 6 laps out of the window to make it to the end.
Yep, Craven got him exactly. Good times. And I just, I love the brake ducts. I liked how every team was just a little bit different. It had so much personality.
A little bit of his advantage he had there a while ago.
The aesthetics is wonderful.
I'm pretty impressed with both the 12 and the 2 today. They've been very up front the whole day, right there in the top 2 and 3. But by the same token, the 2 best road racers, in most people's opinion, the 24 and the 20, are getting closer to the front and closer together. Obviously, the 24 is leading, but here comes the 20, inching his way right in the picture.
And he has had a very eventful day.
Yes, he has.
Speeding on pit road under the first pit stop. A lot of damage on the left front fender. The tire was rubbing for a while.
And this 5-car battle is about to be 7 as Harvick and Said close up on the leaders. Meanwhile, 8th place Robbie Gordon drops off to the pit lane. Matt?
It seems like Robbie's day took a turn for the worse ever since he had the contact with the 60 aboard. Said the car hasn't been the same.
Well, it looks all beat
the
up.
right side screen, Robbie making his way to his pit stop.
That sucks. Had a top 10
going down.
He was so good in this race.
They're also going to try to work on the cosmetic issues of the fender.
You just can't work on it right now. You got to make this stop and get out of here.
Again, this stop will come from Robbie Gordon with 46 laps to go. Not known for getting great fuel mileage. This, I think, again, he's going to have to make one more stop for fuel near the end.
Reed Sorensen, also a quick stop. I'm very impressed with Ryan Newman, the fellow who came out of the Midwest racing open wheelers on oval tracks. He is really showing some road course prowess today.
He's actually got a lot better car than Jeff Gordon right now. But the problem is there's only, again, 2 places to pass. They just went by one of them. The other one's up there at the top of the hill at turn 7. You can't get it done there. It's pretty much follow the leader.
Daryl, I want to propose a question to you. Jeff Gordon, I mean, obviously he knows about this place. He knows how to win. He knows how to lose here. But do you think with him knowing he's coming to pit road in 5 to 6 laps, he's only going to run that car as hard as it needs to right now?
Yeah, I think you're right, Larry. But
Lane
rigs
rigs is pretty cool from what I've seen. I ran the Scott rigs at Phoenix last year. That was cool.
This is when you want the car to be the worst. You know, it's supposed to be bad right now. You put Jeff Gordon in front on a road course, it's going to be pretty hard to get around him.
And that's the other thing. When you're in front, you're running your race. When you're following, you're running somebody else's race.
Can dictate the pace of the race. You know there's only 2 places you can get past, so just protect those 2 places.
Tell you what, we've not talked a lot about Mark Martin today in the 6th car. He comes in here 5th in the points. He qualified in the 8th position. He's right on his normal schedule. Right now, he's sitting there in the top 10. Now, Mark has 39 career road course starts between here, Watkins Glen, and Riverside. 32 of those 39 top 10 finishes.
You look in the record book, Larry, you look at top 5s and top 10s, most of the time you'll see his name right there.
Oh, Mr. Inside becomes Mr. Outside. Tony sent it in there, but Kurt was, Kurt was not going to give him the corner.
Hard to make that stick.
Tony had quite a run, but Kurt would not give him the inside. Jeff Gordon, Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, Tony Stewart, all but nose to tail with 66 laps complete.
Got a couple of pictures here if you want to see. There's from the start of the race there, too.
Leaders making pit stops. Kevin Harvick, 4-tire change, and maybe a little bit early. There is Kurt Busch, the pole sitter. Matt?
Pole sitters in. They've already made the chassis adjustment. You heard him say on the radio earlier, his biggest issue was down in turn 1. Finally away. 15.5 seconds.
And I believe we're right there at the edge of that window. I think they can make it here. If they couldn't, they wouldn't have made a pit stop.
This race is doing what it historically does. A lot of cautions early, long
Yeah, that
greens,
was a
lot of
weird
green flag
season.
pit
I mean,
stops.
Mark looked like he was going to retire. Then he stayed in the car for another year,
now,
got the AAA
you're in your window,
sponsorship.
I think you're going to be okay.
Oop,
Dale
there goes
Jarrett was
DJ.
just coming out of the pits, along with Jamie McMurray and Carl Edwards.
Got one coming.
Bobby Labonte is in the pits. Jarrett will get going. No caution flag. There's
Clear.
Blaney, who just
Clear out on
exited
the
pit
track.
road. And so Jarrett spun coming up the hill. Now here's Ryan Newman and Greg Biffle on pit road. There is no caution flag for Jarrett, Steve.
And there will be no adjustments to this number 16 Ford for Greg Biffle.
Oh.
Adam Everett and Joe Slingerland are the tire changers. No adjustments for Greg Biffle. Left side tires going on. Matt.
42 laps to go. Jeff Gordon still the leader, but Newman on pit road. No changes.
Actually, I have a photo of that
trying to
spin.
score his
There you go.
second top 5 finish here at Infineon. 13.8 seconds for Newman.
Morissette is in, the top road course ringer in this race. Mark Martin completes his stop. Jeff Burton, Morissette, Matt Kenseth.
All the
Martin
damage on the
Truex,
nose there to
Michael
Boris.
Waltrip, Kyle Petty back out in the race. JJ Yaley as well.
Now, with all these guys making their final pit stop, and you look at Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson, those guys, when they get to the window, they can make it to the end. They've got to hit pit road, because if a caution comes now, they're burned. And you see Tony Stewart's on pit road right now in the 20.
Scott Pruitt is in as well.
Right now, if a caution comes out, Jeff Gordon would be in big trouble.
How much did tickets cost back then? I think it was still like $90 for Sunday tickets.
They want a little bit of insurance.
It's not. It doesn't seem like it's actually budged too much. I could be wrong about that.
Beyond lap 110.
But yeah, that's a good question. I got to look up the. I know we got the tickets around somewhere.
So Gordon stays on track. Stewart has given up the lead.
Yeah.
Here he comes to his.
I think the program was still like $10, so that definitely changed.
Gordon Scrooge sticking with his game plan of about 10 laps after the restart. On the right side of your screen, Tony Stewart's in. Now, Greg Zipadelli was told by Stewart, don't be shy, take a big swing at it. We really need to get this car to turn better on the right-hand corners. We over-adjusted on the last stop, 14.9 seconds for Stewart. Gordon should be in next time.
And if you notice, they didn't spend a lot of time working on those fenders on that 20 car, because they didn't want to give up that much time on the racetrack.
No, just enough to get a little clearance there in the front of it. That's all it needed.
There you go. Just bowed out a little bit.
Clint Boyer has made his stop. Gordon is still the leader.
Hey there, Death Killer. Thank you for tuning in.
Lap of the race, and now
past the halfway point of the 2006 Dodge Save More 350.
Speed limit starts right there. Jeff?
Yeah, plenty of road
Like
ringers in it.
About,
really the
gotta
peak
get
of it.
where your
I mean,
window works.
yeah, you still
But
got
the key
Boris,
thing
still
here
got
right now,
Ron,
guys,
then you got
and we're
PJ
gonna see it
Jones.
as these pit stops kind of play out. It's having to try to get to those
For
windows.
sure.
It could put
The
you
start
way
of
back
No
down
Fear
in track
Racing with
position.
its own
It could also hurt you. So it's going
experience
to be
back
interesting to
then.
see how good Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart are coming back through traffic right now. And Matt Yoak was down there, I think, in the 24th pit. Matt?
Looked on Ticketmaster's about 85 to
Gordon's
110.
team
Yeah, it doesn't
will
seem
make
like
an
it was
air
too
pressure
different. I
adjustment
seem to
on the stop.
remember
Gordon said
maybe it was 70
car
instead, but I think it was like 90
really bad on the left,
in turn
not
two.
as
If you had to get, if you were in the
fast
main
on the right,
grandstands,
so
it's
they're
more
gonna try to
expensive.
correct
It's still
that
like that
with an
now.
air
But
pressure
usually, if you're in the
adjustment for the
corners,
four-time
it's
winner
not
here
as
at
expensive.
Infineon.
So if you ever go to
Great
Sears Point,
stop on the new
I always
contract.
recommend getting seats in the corners. Plus, you can walk around if you want to, because some of those don't sell out too much. It's the main grandstands that you really got to get. You got to spring the extra for. And I know a lot of people sit there because there's some shade from the press boxes. I get that, but yeah, that's not as common.
Ryan Newman right with him after pit stop.
Did DJ ever win at Sears Point? No. In fact, he was the first last place finisher in '89. But yeah, no, DJ was terrible at road courses. Absolutely terrible.
So was Denny Hamlin.
And I don't think this one went very well for him either. Robbie's still 17th, even after that unscheduled stop. That's a good, his day went sideways, but not as bad as it could have
Now,
so
here comes
far.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car. He'll make his pit stop, so now Chad Canals can breathe.
Right, and the two fellows who are stretching and staying out are Terry Labonte and Jeremy Mayfield, who will be second and third right now.
Well, they're not stretching it as far as fuel because those guys were on pit road on the last caution at lap 60, but they're stretching it if a caution comes out.
Yeah, blue wheels do look nice on new ones for sure.
And Chad Canal's telling Jimmy Johnson to be very careful of pit road speed. 4 tires for the 48. Jimmy Johnson gets a drink. Don't see any adjustments. He gets a clean windshield. The tear off comes off.
Greg the Boulder, thank you so much. Yep, 20 years. 20 years today since starting the channel.
Pack full of fuel for Jimmy Johnson.
And
there we go. EJ Kress, thank you very much. Yeah, if you're interested in picking up a copy of the book, you go to lastcar.info and go to click the store link. Go to my eBay page. I have a few copies on hand, or you're also free to order it on Amazon if you prefer. Either way is fine. But if you order it from my eBay store, I can sign it for you.
About lap 100 on fuel with about 10 to go. But we know he's going to have to make one more stop.
It's right along with Terry Darrell.
Terry Labonte. Look how high up that thing's riding. Wow.
Yeah, you can hear him work the throttle. Car's nice and stable.
This was pretty cool with him staying out.
Using up the whole racetrack. And you got, he's reaching over.
Probably the best the 96 has ever looked, but they were really struggling that year.
Looks pretty casual in there right now. Feels pretty comfortable leading this race. I think he's not under any pressure. Hard braking down into turn 11. A lot of wheel.
I like it, Death Killer.
Nice and
Thank you, Dustin. Very much appreciated.
Cable Cam's going to pick you the DLP. Cable Cam gets the DLP. Car going down the start-finish line. Wow. What a shot.
DLP camera, the DLP car. There you go. Perfect sponsorship.
I love it when a plan comes together.
They had a big sponsorship push. They were handing out like 3D glasses in the infield because they had some kind of TV experience thing back then.
Is your leader in
and I got a keychain from back then. I think I busted that thing off on my backpack, but I had like an actual keychain of the 96 car there for many years.
Sponsored by KOL. What a better
Again, good marketing that year, even back then.
By Ford, bold moves. By Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, taste the cold. And by Pizza Hut, home of America's favorite pan pizza. Go for the good stuff. Terry Labonte leads with 37 laps to go here in Sonoma.
Here's a shot I have of those two cars.
Specialist, and none of
Terry
these
leading
have ever won
32.
this race before. Let's check on road scholar Scott Pruitt having some trouble spinning out. Falling back to 30th. Road rage here. P.J. Jones into Jamie McMurray. Ron Fellows having trouble stalling at the entrance to pit road. And Boris said the only one of the road specialists to lead a lap today, getting into it with Tony Stewart. Boris said currently running 9th. This has been a Visa race break, and no matter what it takes, life takes Visa. And Jeff, we have not had too much other than Boris said threatening for the lead of this race.
No, we really haven't. So far, watching the timing and scoring, keeping an eye on Terry Labonte, who we know we've got to come to pit road. Jeff Gordon is just, really starting to flex some muscle here late in this race. Ryan Newman's
Texas Instruments, exactly. But, it was a cool sponsorship, and I didn't mind it. The black and blue and green scheme kind of stood out for a bit. Unfortunately, they really just didn't really amount to too much in that time.
He's the king of the road, leading it.
I kept waiting for Tony Raines to kind of take off, because Raines would every once in a while have a good run.
He started out the first 15 races.
He'd get a top 10 to Talladega or something. Then Yaley got in the car and they struggled. And put Eric Darnell in the car. Then they went to Ford and put Bobby Labonte in the car.
See a lot of folks at the races
with the Ask.com version. It's just all over the place.
Staff. And interestingly enough, some of the race teams use it too.
The Fan View.
Can
we bring this back, please?
Onboard cameras. Listen to up to 3
so handy
of past audio on the
so
rewind feature. And yesterday during practice,
somebody buy up the, if money were no object, yeah, I'd love to buy up the rights to this and get it working again. I still keep mine from 2020 just in case this thing comes back.
Every NASCAR Nextel Cup race.
Like a scanner with the TV screen? Oh, yeah.
Quality Stone car of David Gilliland, a Dodge. He is
I think Tony Raines is a spotter now, isn't he?
The pace right now.
Robbie Gordon was
Robbie with a flat tire. Then he hits the wall here.
He would not turn when he got on the pit road.
From 8th to 17th and now, yeah. Oh, man, the car's just tore up.
cut tire and maybe trouble in the steering.
Saw him coming down through the shortcut back here. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to his tire. He may have just locked it up and blown it out.
Getting wore out here at the end. Yeah, fan vision. That was good.
I kind of think that's what probably happened. He must have locked up that left front tire.
Just ripped the guts out of that thing.
Locked it up, slid it, and blew it out.
Labonte, the leader, Jeff Gordon, the fastest car on the racetrack. Let's check with Dick Berggren.
Yeah, and I just talked to Labonte's crew chief, Felipe Lopez, and asked him how far they could go without needing fuel. And he really gave us a surprise. He said they could go all the way to the end. The reason? The car is that much slower than the very fastest cars. So it's not using as much fuel as the fastest cars.
Well, then there you go.
Is he has a 10-second lead on Jeff Gordon. He is 1 second a lap slower, and there's a lot more than 10 laps remaining.
Somewhere, though, they're trying to find about 20 miles worth of fuel. That's a lot of fuel.
DLP car.
4 laps to go.
Yeah, Dick Berggren was a wonderful pit reporter.
This is the 21st time that Terry Labonte has led a road course race in NASCAR, but look how that lead has shrunk over Jeff Gordon in the last 4 laps.
Kind of the tortoise and the hare right now, I guess, would be a good way to look at it.
Labonte has 2 victories on the road course as Gordon works on P.J. Jones, who was going 2 laps down.
PJ had a radiator problem and was running hot several laps ago.
Okay.
He's now back up to speed.
But I have noticed that
I don't think his was the white car got pushed behind earlier. I think that was still might have been Brandon Ash, but hard to say.
But the last half of a run,
I mean, they could have
like
replaced the radiator behind the wall. It's hard to tell.
Doesn't handle quite as good.
I was definitely not behind the wall this day. I have some pictures before the race behind the wall, but yeah, not so much after.
Chasing Gordon back down, and Tony's not too far behind Ryan Newman.
4 cars out of the race in the lap 1 crash. Schrader, Marlin, and Hubert. And they are now joined by Robbie Gordon. Let's find out what happened to Robbie.
Even in disappointment, Robbie just finished signing some autographs for some fans. Robbie, first off, the incident with Boris, did that knock the toe out?
Yeah, it did. We had a good car. I mean, I was easily driving up to the 2 car. And we had a bad pit stop. And when I came around, I don't know if Boris didn't know I was on the outside or whatever, but he just kept coming and it slammed my left front tire. And I knew it knocked the toe because it put about a half a turn on the left front in the steering wheel. So I think it knocked the left front in.
And the final problem?
Yeah, 43 car fields
I think
are awesome.
It all came down to that toe. Finally wore out the left front tire. When I wore out the left front tire, I was trying to take it easy coming in. When I turned right to make the right-hander coming in, it just didn't turn, went straight in the wall. Thanks, Rob. Thanks.
Tough break for one of NASCAR's best road racers, Robbie Gordon, out of it here today. Jeff Gordon closing. Now that's Ron Fellows right behind Labonte. Fellows is 10 laps down. He spent some time making repairs on pit road after the car stalled on course. Time for our final singular virtual crew chief question of the day.
There you go, Texas Terry cruising.
4-peat and win his 4th straight.
Looking to hang on. I mean, that's always the fun thing at Sears Point, especially in this era. You'd have one guy on a different strategy trying to hang on and just try to pull off the upset. And sometimes it would work, or sometimes it wouldn't. A lot of times it didn't, but, you know, yeah.
Who is second?
And we even recently, we saw Michael McDowell try this against Shane Van Gisbergen. Chris Buescher tried it too.
Speeding penalty. You see all the damage on the left front. His crew did a little bit of work on that on the last pit stop. And he's all over the rear bumper, Ryan Newman in the 12. Now, again, I want to go back to Felipe Lopez, the crew chief for Terry Labonte, the 96 car, who right now has a little over a 6-second lead over Jeff Gordon. When the caution came out on lap 60, they pitted. That's 50 laps to go. As I walked through the garage area this morning, the most laps I could find anybody that they could run is 42 laps. That puts these guys 8 laps shy.
Is that the old 2005 body, Bean Boy? I didn't realize that. I thought that was still the 06 body.
16 miles shy. How many gallons of fuel would they have to save?
It's got the 05, 06 headlights
stickers. Because these cars get about 3.7 or 3.8 miles per gallon.
Now that you mentioned it, the front grille was a little different. I mean, I've seen different than what Reigns' or Labonte's car looks like here.
As a driver to road course.
I have to look that up.
Road course, I'll tell you how. You short shift. You never see max RPM. You just are quickly through the gears, get it in high gear, and let it
Gordon
lug a little
coming.
bit.
He's coming.
That'll
He's
save
there.
a lot of fuel. I don't believe it'll save 4 gallons, but it'll save a lot of fuel.
Well, and it's even if he can make it to the end, when you see how much Jeff Gordon, the 24, is closing on him with 29 laps to go, it's not going to win the race. But if they can make it, it indeed could end up being a 10th, a top 10 finish.
Oh, yeah. I think right now he's not really worried about possibly winning this race. He'd love to. He'd just like to be sure he has enough fuel to finish this race.
There is the lead. Gordon enters turn 11 as Labonte exits, and Jeff Gordon chews 1 full second out of Terry
He just
Labonte's
keeps
lead
picking it away.
every lap. 28 to go.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox is sponsored by
Sorensen, unfortunately, at the back of the field there.
Dale Jarrett's 88-4.
UPS, a proud sponsor of Dale Jarrett.
For how much longer?
Fastest cars on the racetrack right now, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, and Boris Said. Gordon is second, chasing down Terry Labonte. Stewart is third, not able to make any inroads on Gordon. He's about 5 seconds behind the 24. And Boris Said is in 7th place, chasing Ryan Newman, Greg Biffle, and Kurt Busch. There you see Kevin Harvick, who limped into the
here,
pits
kitty, come get you some. Yep,
All
exactly.
4 tires were up.
Oh, EJ Kress. Yeah, the one that says $99. Do not get that. No, it should not be that much. It should be. It shouldn't be more than $19.99.
With the members of the 29 team.
I could drop the link
and it looks
in
like
the chat.
the tires were fine,
Dude,
but
I'll have to
in
open
fact,
another
the
tab
problem
for
was
that.
a loose right rear wheel, loose wheel.
Open that back up here.
I heard
Open
them
another
talking about
browser
the right
window
rear,
here.
so I was thinking they had a right rear tire flat, but when they came by, they didn't look flat, so that explains that.
And right now, he is still a lap down, Kevin Harvick in the 29 car in 33rd position. He's just in front of Jeff Gordon, but Terry Labonte in the 96 is leading the race out in front of Harvick.
I'll drop it in the chat here. Yeah, definitely do not spend $100 on the book. It is not supposed to be that much.
He's faded just a bit to 10
Yeah,
seconds.
eBay is the best way to do it.
Is 12
But
seconds
if you want to do
behind the leader
Amazon,
in 5th.
here, I'll drop this in here.
Our pole sitter Kurt Busch is nearly 14 seconds back.
They just got off with their adjustments, or they didn't keep up with the racetrack. Again, only 2 opportunities to adjust that car.
Morris said is 7th. He's
go.
had an
So there's
eventful
that,
day, but
and I'll
that's
pull up
one of
the
quickest
Amazon
cars on
link.
the track right now.
Proper
Last
one
lap,
here.
he was the fastest car on that lap.
Now, let's talk about the 2 cars behind Boris Said in the 60 car. Interesting strategy.
Yeah, it's probably the
by
first
these 2 cars.
edition, which
Tommy
is out of
Baldwin,
print. That's
Elliott
probably why they
Sadler's
jacked
crew chief
that
for
up.
the
But
38, and then the
yeah, you
car
don't
right
want that
behind
one.
Elliott
Here, you
Sadler,
want to get the second edition
Casey
anyway. There's
Kane
more
went from Michigan. These
info
guys
in
right
that
now
one.
are running 8th and 9th. This is 2
I need to
cars
see about them
that
getting
struggled
pulling those other
to stay in the
listings
top
down, or
20 today, even after
at
a good
least not
qualifying run by
prioritizing them.
Casey. What those guys did, when the
There's also a
caution
better
came out on
version of
lap
the audio
60,
book, too.
They pitted for 4 tires under caution.
Here we go.
They made up a lot of ground with those fresh tires. Then they got back on sequence with everyone else as they were making green flag stops by making another stop. Here's 2 cars in the top 10 that's doing
this
it
is
on
the
a
one you're
3-stop
going to
race.
want. There we go.
Kyle Busch has popped into the top 10 and 9th, and there's Jimmy Johnson 11th, the Nextel Cup point
And this
leader.
Amazon link, yeah, this is the best place to get the audio book too, the one that I narrated, not the other one that Waldorf did. That one's not very good. So yeah, you want to do
Johnson's had
that.
A pretty uneventful day
There you go.
compared to some of the things we've
Like it's
seen.
showing up on there
We
too.
did have that one spin. I mean, remember when he got front around down there?
This
but he did the
3-screen setup
360
is,
and kept
is
on
really
going.
paying off.
I'm surprised
I
he's
wasn't
running
sure
in
about it
11th place
originally.
with
I had a
the- with that
2-screen
little
one, but
incident he had,
it always
but,
kept
they did
glitching
good
out.
pit work.
But this is definitely
He
paying
led
off.
the race today.
Outside pole sitter Jamie McMurray.
Yes, Cope is
had a
there, too.
Big fright on the very first lap, turn 2, got off in the dirt and spun all the way around. Went back to 39.
Yeah, Cope is in the eBay
Going
store.
back into the top 20.
Heard him say that one time, boys, it's been a long day. And that was at halfway.
Right.
There we go.
This is
There you go.
another
Got you on
car
this one,
that is
too.
doing it on the 3-stop race. The one car, Martin Truex Jr., remember, had to go to the
Martin
rear of the
Truex
field
Jr.
because of an engine change. Kevin Mannion, his crew chief, pitted him on lap 60 like Sadler and Casey Kane, and then came again 8 lap later just to get back
There
on
you go.
sequence with the leaders with tires and all, and they can go to the end.
Oh, hang on. Let me make this bigger. There we go.
Two of the Roush cars running nose to tail. Mark Martin, Carl Edwards in 12th and 13th. And Terry Labonte has been caught.
Yeah, the Dogecoin effort.
Jeff
Yeah.
Gordon. Let's go back to Labonte's pits.
Yeah, one of those hats there up. Gordon has caught him big time.
Lopez, his crew chief, in his ear, reminding him to save fuel. The last time he pitted was lap 60. The other thing Labonte keeps hearing from Lopez is what he has got to do in order to earn.
All right, you're welcome, Texas. Yeah. Do not spend $100 on my book. It is definitely not. It does not cost that much.
Best finish so far this year, a 16th.
If you want the first edition, that is out of print. It might be that much, but I'm not charging. I don't have any of those on hand there anymore. But I do have the second edition. That is the current edition, which is
you can run a little smaller
with more details.
Remember, this team had the rules infraction at Daytona because of having a smaller carburetor there. You can't do it with a restrictor plate, but you can do it here at a road course, and a lot of people will do that for two reasons: fuel mileage and lack of forward bite with the rear tires.
Now that's interesting. See, that's. I wouldn't think about a smaller carburetor as a strategic advantage, but
once again, he's led 22
I mean, the things you could play around with back then, I'm sure you can't even touch today.
Scenarios and strategy to play out on the left-right turns.
Yeah, I love the neon tape on the front valence too, Bean Boy. Definitely.
Glad to have you watching NASCAR.
I mean, it served a practical purpose to see if it was scraping the ground, but it just looks so nice.
For the best deals on rooms, shows, and a lot more, book now on Vegas.com.
How can you tell what edition you have? Good question. If it has Derek Cope only has one edition, so whatever edition you have is the current one. For JD, the first edition has the red car on the cover. Second edition has the blue car on the cover. That's a big difference.
These fans, a little shade in the 80
So it has the Watkins Glen car from 91 on the cover. That is the first edition. It also is the one that was published by Waldorf Publishing. So it'll have the Waldorf logo on the spine. The second edition was self-published.
And if you're
that's revised and extended, and it's got the blue car on the cover.
If you don't pay attention to what's going on here, my friend, you will be off the course and up where those fans are watching you.
So yeah, good question.
9 lead changes, 4 cautions, 4 cars out of the race, and Jeff Gordon, who, as Darrell Waltrip told us on the pre-race show, getting engaged.
Oh God, lunch lead and prime. Don't remind me, man.
His first win
I know. There's
just 19
I'm so
It looks to me like right now he's trying to put a
you got all these people, all these wealth transfers out there. They have these slipshod food products, they're cryptocurrencies, they're meme coins.
Tony Stewart may be having some problems running third. Let's rejoin the guys.
I got no interest in
Larry,
that. None.
If he is, Chris, it's not apparent to the stopwatch. His lap times are mirroring Jeff Gordon's right now.
Gatorade's good. I'm kind of partial to Powerade because I mean we had a pizzeria by the gym that I went to when I was down south in Irvine, and they had Powerade on tap at the pizza. I always just hit the spot. They also had an All-Sport soda machine at the gym. So that was kind of weird because All-Sport would just come in a bottle like a Pepsi would. And that was kind of weird, but yeah. All-Sport wasn't great, but it was fine. And it was nice when they sponsored Jeremy Mayfield and Travis Quapple and a couple other guys. Oop, there's where Stewart's got some smoke coming out of him.
Unless it appears.
Oh, yeah. Coming out of the pipes.
To go. What are they saying in Stewart's pit, Matt?
Dropped a cylinder, looks like.
Mike, he has swapped ignition.
38.
And with the wreck at Michigan.
And see such low attrition. I thought there was more attrition in this race, but there really wasn't, at least to this point.
So he's going to be right back there if he falls out with those other 2 finishes.
That makes the decision, Larry, in my mind, to start that race at Dover.
But yeah, this has been a really interesting watch because I meant to comment more on it while watching it, but I've actually just been kind of engrossed in just watching it because I haven't seen it since watching it live.
When you get to Richmond on a 26 race, to start to answer the question here, he needed those points.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you for tuning in.
6th in the Nextel Cup standings.
Yep, I remember when you did you helped me with the Coke 600 grid in 09, so thank you for that.
Top 10 leaving here.
You could hear him when he came by our low shot right there. She doesn't sound too good.
Look at that. After Terry Labonte got past, he's actually keeping up with Gordon pretty well. He's not gotten his door completely blown off.
Kurt Busch 5th.
Tony blowing around Stewart there.
With an easy pass of Stewart.
But Did you see, Tony? He didn't cut Boris any slack.
No, not at
That is
all.
so reminiscent of Earnhardt. It didn't matter what Earnhardt's car was doing or where he was. If he had a little something on his mind, he kind of let you know he hadn't forgotten about it.
And he had a very good memory.
He did.
Meanwhile, Terry Labonte keeps soldiering on, and this last lap, Dick, his lap was faster than that of Jeff Gordon's.
Yeah, see, again, he's kind of just staying right there.
Take it easy on the fuel. The computer here in Labonte's pit shows that he will run out of gas going down the last hill of the last lap and have to coast to the checkered flag. That's how close they're calling it.
But hey, I mean,
I'm sorry, but I'm old school when it comes to fuel mileage. That computer does not know how much he's on and off the gas, where he's shifting. There's a lot of things that computer does not know.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of
2008 Daytona 500. That was the first starting grid. That was fun too.
A crafty old dude.
It was great. I mean, it was the 50th 500. It was fun to do that, just to kind of have something to mark the occasion. It was very much about the past, and
another thing that computer doesn't
I
know is
wasn't
uphill from
really
downhill.
planning
If
on
you're
doing
not going
California the
uphill,
next week, but people liked it, and
you're not only run out,
it was a
you're
big
out.
drop off in the hits, but people did like it, and eventually got to about a stable level, about 5,000, 8,000 hits each week that people liked it. So they were never really run around hits. Even today, the grids don't get that many hits, but I know a lot of people like them, and I really appreciate that. And I know that was what put the channel on the map. That's what started it. But like Ed Lemon said, you have to pivot sometimes. And my pivot took a lot longer till like 2019, but I feel like that's really helped advance the channel further. Oh, we got a yellow.
Laps to go. And the pace truck is out in front of the field once again. This time it is Joe Nemechek who goes for a quick spin, and a very quick caution flag is waved. As he spins
out of
in front of
control
Scott Riggs.
there.
And that would be different from some of the other things we've seen today. Oh, interesting. I think it's subliminal.
There's Boris Said Jr., who has the curly blonde locks and a hairstyle much like his dad's.
And probably pretty proud of Dad right now. Yep. Dad's sitting up in 6th place. Now, let's give you the scenario here. I think this caution for Terry Labonte in the 96 car, going to be close on fuel, is good news because you can save a little fuel on the caution. For Terry Labonte, this caution is bad news. It puts a bunch of hungry wolves on his rear bumper.
No, but you know what? He was running pretty good lap times right there before that caution came out. He had picked it up a tad. See what he had to say.
A lot of discussions on pit road.
That's good, Eddie. We need that. That takes the pressure off of Terry. Terry, do everything you can do under caution to save gas. I know you've been, hopefully you've been helping us out here.
Pit road is open. No takers among the leaders.
Oh, no. Not with 14 laps to go. Not here.
Steve?
And Doug Richard just told Greg Biffle on that 16 car.
See, that's
we
the other
should be okay
Doug
on
Richard,
gas, but
not
save
Doug Reichert.
everything you can
Like, maybe it is
while you
Reichert
can.
earlier,
And that
but
adding to what Larry Mack said about
I've always heard
saving
Doug
a little
Richard.
bit of fuel under this caution period.
And I tell you, the other thing is we made note on the last long run that we had, the 24 car got a little worse toward the end of that run.
Yeah, he was pretty good for a half a run, but that last half, he wasn't so hot. I think Terry Labonte might be able to pass him.
Ooh,
My
wouldn't that
kids,
be
Scott
something?
is 7, Katie's almost 6, and they are big fans of Scott Pruitt. There's Scott in the Coors Light car. He and his wife, Judy, are noted authors of children's books. They have 3 now, the first of which is 12 Little Race Cars, followed by 12 more little race cars. And the new one is called Rookie Racer. Rick Morgan did all the illustrations for the 3 Pruitt books, and they're great
how fun
for kids.
There you go.
Adults will like them too. Lots of pictures.
Very nice.
$13 laps to go.
Yeah, I did some drawings in
22nd
07. I
place.
was looking at making
One
a
of 32
children's book
cars
myself,
on the
but
lead lap.
it was I don't
5
know.
caution flags today.
There were fun drawings to do and
about
everything, but I think
everything I
it
can
didn't have
remember.
I didn't have a
He
good
was in that
concept
first
to tie
wreck.
it all
He was
together.
Spun out about 3
So,
times, and to be sitting there in
yeah.
22nd place, not too bad a job for Scott.
But I like that though.
Jeff Gordon's led twice. He's the leader right now. Point leader Jimmy Johnson had a big spin at turn 4, but continued. And I don't believe we've noted Dave Blaney out of the race. He'd been running at the conclusion of 33 Nextel Cup races. He's not officially retired, but that car's up on jack stands being worked on in the garage.
That could be a stretch. The other car that this caution may help, still a long way to go. Tony Stewart, that 20 car. This is a couple of 3 less laps to put on that engine at high RPM.
Yeah, but it's getting, you can see back there the smoke trailing out of it, and it's getting worse. And that valve has dropped down there and tagged the piston. It's just a matter of time till she self-destructs.
You saw Dale Earnhardt go past the pace truck. He is the free pass car on this caution. NASCAR's first road race was in 1954 at Linden, New Jersey. Al Keller was the winner. The field of 43 cars included 1 Morgan, 1 Porsche, 1 Austin Healey, 4 MGs, and 13 Jaguars. And Keller's Jaguar, owned by noted New York band leader Paul Whiteman, a good friend of Big Bill France, was the car that went to victory lane.
There we go.
It is the only time a foreign manufactured vehicle has won what is now a race in the Nextel Cup Series.
At least
that was
until
the first
2008.
NASCAR road race. Today is the 100th.
That would be a pretty nice
a good
honor
statistic
to say
there.
I won the 100th road race in NASCAR.
Sure would. We listened in on
great introduction. Great introduction.
Our tires are just we're just not very good when the tires get hot. Right here, gonna cool them off for you, buddy. You're gonna have about a 10-lap sprint to the finish. That's where you've been the best all day, those short runs, man. You're doing a great job with it.
Ooh, Terry hanging right with him. Former teammates over at Hendrick Motorsports.
Not only with Terry Labonte, but got a wonderful start right there. They've got a big jump on Terry. Brian Newman's right there, and Greg Biffle. I mean, Jeff's car's not that good right now. The question is, can they get up there and get after him?
And Tony Stewart's car would not accelerate, lost a lot of spots on that restart.
Yeah, Smoke's car is just about ready to give up the ghost.
He's now being passed for 14.
See, Terry Labonte ran some of his fastest laps just
Look at that, Kyle Busch right up
out.
there.
Once you turn him
Got
loose,
banged all around, and he's right up there in the mix again.
I think Jeff's
Oh
got
my
his hands
goodness.
full.
Passing zone, Jeff Burton to turn 7 underneath Jimmy Johnson.
Tough place right there. You got to give the guy room.
Yes, the Al-22 heading to Coronado tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we hit the road.
I'm not sure we have near enough cameras to cover all that.
We'll check out the action there. Then we're going to do Sears Point the following week.
Up speed
So yes, going to be at both races, covering both races. Last row will be in the stands for both races. So stay tuned for much more, both on this channel at the, especially on the social media feed. Yeah, I got to finish. I'm going to pack my computer stuff up tonight, pack the rest of clothes up tomorrow, and we head out. That's the plan.
Up at left front.
They were 3 wide mid-pack into that corner. And somebody pays the price.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Looks like Scott Pruitt
again.
Poor Scott.
Pruitt's had a rough day.
He was in the middle of,
Clear, you're clear all the way around.
of 3 cars abreast going into that corner.
You know, I mean, they mentioned the Linden airfield thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
getting
the San Diego race could have a lot in common with that. I mean, running on an airstrip, very rough surface, I mean, something closer to NASCAR's first road race.
I think it's a
So,
slow
yeah,
corner.
a cool tie-in,
There was
too,
a
with
lot of
that.
oncoming traffic.
There, outside and inside. Clear outside.
And a turn
Yeah, I
2
just hope it's a good
moments
venue.
ago.
I love that UFC
Second
thing at the
time
White
today
House
for
is really
Bobby
cool.
Labonte.
Like,
This
I hope
time he's
that the
into it with
NASCAR
Jeremy
race has some of that
There's
kind
some
of
of that
aura to it.
synchronized
That'd be
spinning
great.
we always see here.
Out. Caution is out.
Yep. Oh, by the way, that was Eddie DeHaan, Bobby Labonte's spotter.
Caution is out again, and again, I think that's good news for Jeff Gordon. Cool his tires down. Good news for this group right here. Felipe Lopez, Terry Labonte conserve a little more fuel here with going to be 10 laps to go.
That's true. I think Talladega's in field.
Who is
Talladega's built around it in airbase. So yeah, that's a point.
He
That's
was
a
trying to
point.
unload his Sea-Doo in an oyster bed, cut up his feet, but he's out there running, and he gets the free pass.
NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox. It's sponsored by Nextel. Get closer.
Hey, guys,
to the
hold up.
NASCAR
You enjoying
Nextel
it
Cup
tonight?
Series with Nextel from Sprint.
Appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight for the show. A little bit of everything in this race, that's for sure. Gotta muffle the music here, totally get it.
Under our 6th caution, 10 laps to go in Northern California. Jeff Gordon, although king of the road, he's won more road courses than any other driver in the history of this sport. Look for his first win this year. Tony Stewart led for a lap earlier in the day. Here you see him working his way up, pushing anybody out of the way who was in his way. We'll document his problems in a moment. Points leader coming in. Jimmy Johnson, a nice save, spinning all the way around. Was running 7th at the time, fell to 14th, back up near the top 10. And Jeff Gordon, who first led 21 laps total in the race, the lowest he's been is 12th, retook the lead with 22 laps to go, has that lead as we have under caution just 9 laps to go. And Jeff Hammond, the problems for Tony Stewart continuing as he is falling further and further back. What went wrong with his car?
Well, Daryl talked about it early on that more than likely he tagged the piston and messed up either a valve or busted the piston. This right here, folks, is what a piston looks like. Here's the cylinder head. It goes up and they come very close together when everything is right. More than likely he's over-revved it just a little bit. They've made contact, and when that contact is made, usually you'll either bend or break the valve itself, or you can also crack the top of this piston. And right now with the smoke that's coming out of his car, and Daryl keeps talking about it, these cautions seem like are helping him out. There's the car smoking. That shows that there's oil getting into the cylinder
lots
head
of attrition
here
at the end after not a lot at the beginning. He had a big wreck at the first lap.
He's going to be down on cylinders.
But everybody just
and he's probably going to have a hard time hanging on that 17th position.
Hanging on to the
that's
finish.
where he is, 17th, 2-time NASCAR champ. Jeff Gordon, a 4-time champion, trying to hang on.
Stewart kind of lagging back to like the tail end of the lead lap.
Stewart's problem has been the restarts. He's been able to go pretty well once the car gets up to speed, but he lost what?
Yeah, if you want to see some more footage from this race, check out the oldest videos on this channel. After the stream tonight, you can see where all that started.
Jeff Gordon trying to win it going away on tires that aren't sticking quite as well as he'd like at this stage of the race. And Terry Labonte trying to hold on to second or maybe win this on fuel mileage. We listened in.
Terry, I know you got a lot more experience running these things than I do. You can tell me to shut up anytime, but keep saving gas. Keep thinking about that gas.
That's a typical Terry Labonte response. Just hits the button.
Click.
Click.
Message delivered.
You know, his nickname has always been the Iceman. And he's a cool customer. Been around a long time.
And just to update everyone on Terry Labonte, the reason we are following this so closely is he was last on pit road at a caution at lap 60. That means he's trying to go 50 laps, Dick Bergman. Maybe these cautions will allow that to happen.
Yeah, and we have just seen some incredible stuff in the last couple of weeks of NASCAR. And should Terry Labonte win today, it indeed would be another one of those incredible finishes. His last top 5,
right in the
August 2003, Darlington, was a win. Who knows? He could repeat that performance again today.
And you just saw right there where Jeff Gordon lunged over there behind the pace car. Terry Labonte didn't lunge. He's just coasting along right now, not using any fuel.
He lunged right a second ago. You can see him.
He needs to be able to clean the tires up.
Skidding the tires, getting up there.
You got to rev the engine up. So got to watch him on this response.
But first, it'll be 8 laps to go on this restart with Jeff Gordon.
Thank you so much, Velocity. Thank you for tuning in.
Ahead of Ryan Newman's Dodge. Greg
Appreciate it.
Pole sitter Kurt Busch in a Dodge, and road course ace Boris Said in 6th.
Terry Labonte today exemplifies to me what being a former champion and experience will do for you in some situations.
Jeff Gordon scoots away on this restart.
I don't think there's any question that these caution laps are helping Jeff Gordon. His tires don't seem to work that well once they get a little heat in them, and riding around cooling them off has got to be a good thing for him.
Terry Labonte gave Gordon a lot of
the hill
lead
there
on that restart, and now Labonte's got to deal with Ryan Newman.
But again, I think Terry's short shifted. I just don't think he can be aggressive on that restart. He's got to get that thing into top gear, keep the RPM down, don't burn so much fuel.
He's racing the elements as much as he's racing the competitor.
I know you got to look behind you and say, here's a bunch of guys behind me and I got to get going, but you got to think about getting to the end first.
34 cars on the lead lap.
And look, Mike, I mean, Terry's car is good. Next to Jeff Gordon right now, Terry Labonte's got the second best car.
You know a guy that this race looked bleak for quite a ways ago, when he had a problem with the right rear tire, Kevin Harvick in the 29 car, he was actually
the hood is flapping on Harvick too.
Now
it
he is trying to get back to
popped
the top
up a little
15
bit
right
coming
now.
out of
He's
turn
in
10.
the 17th position, but he has fairly fresh tires versus these guys.
I tell you another guy that I can't believe he's where he is that 5 car. He's in 7th place. Remember, he tried to knock the fence down here early on in the race, and they have fought and scratched, and he's back in the top 10.
Kyle Busch.
Maybe he's finally beaten all those curbs into submission. There he goes, curb climbing again.
I thought that car would have been damaged so badly it wouldn't drive good enough for him to run as good as he is. But right now, he's knocking
even
on
after he hit the wall in the front straightaway, that is
here.
quite the recovery. Get him working on Jimmy.
And if you could, we can listen to the engine in these guys that have plenty of fuel make it to the end. If you could hear Terry Labonte's engine, I guarantee he's not singing the same song. Hear those quick shifts? Now listen how quick he'll get high gear right there. And just now listen, nice and smooth.
Ooh, ooh, boy, hanging on to it. So what a cool story. I mean, again, this team had struggled so much in 2006. Struggled to even qualify for races. And then Terry Labonte gets in this car. Hadn't won in 3 years, and here he is contending for the top 5 against Jeff Gordon.
Where you are, but don't let those guys behind you make you do something that you don't want to do.
And not just like hanging out, but defending the spot. He's not just screwing around.
9th place now. Our leading road course ace gets the Ford Bold move of the race. For all
like
that
the brass painted pedals there to go with the gold paint scheme. Very nice.
And a big pile up here.
Big mess.
Joe Nemechek involved again. Dale Jarrett, J.J. Yaley, Reed Sorensen, and Bobby Labonte were back under caution.
It's inevitable. This always happens with about 10 laps to go. Felipe Lopez breathing again.
Felipe, light one up, buddy. You all right? This is just working beautifully.
Actually, I have a picture. I was one of the fans that was going down there to get a shot of this.
It's going to take several cautions to clean this mess up.
What happened?
Top of the hill here, it just seems like it inevitably on these restarts. Dale Jr. gets in the back of J.J. Yaley.
Bonk,
Kyle
bonk.
Petty just ran.
Bonk. Oh,
Joe
wow.
Nemechek.
Kind of like what happened to Marlin earlier. Just got stuck between 2 cars and got
that's the
clobbered.
elevation change there. You're coming out of that corner, and look at Kyle. You're kind of blind coming up over that hill to what might be in front of you. Right there.
Okay, come on.
Ooh, just got a squeeze by.
As simple as it seems, why didn't he stop or why did he do this? It just happens all too quickly up there to make all those things happen.
Steve Letarte, Jeff Gordon's crew chief, Felipe Lopez, Terry Labonte's crew chief.
Here we go.
Bobby Labonte's okay.
Got a couple of pictures here. I'll try to find a good spot here to show you that. Got
Kyle
shots of
Petty
the drivers
drove
coming
away.
out.
There's Bobby. Tough day for the Petties with both cars involved. Reed Sorensen.
Ooh, Sorensen with heavy damage.
A lot of damage to that 41 car.
By the way, that nice custom chopper that Sunoco had built for the Petties at Victory Junction Gang Camp, you can go to victoryjunction.org and enter that sweepstakes to win
JJ getting out of the car there.
J.J. Yaley, tough day.
Had a good night last night up in Milwaukee. Finished 3rd in the Busch Series race.
Here, I'll pause for just a moment. I got a couple pictures here from that I can show you. Here's, yeah, right after the wreck happened. You can see Nemechek spun out down here, Sorensen down there. And then you got down to closer to the fence there and got a couple shots of them cleaning everything up down here. Yaley's car in the foreground there. And then the cleanup afterwards there with Yaley's car up on the hook. So just showing you a couple things there from there. Here, I'll get going again here. Oop.
Breathing. Oh, Philippe's breathing a little easier right now. That
yeah, I'm glad I have my pictures here available to show you there. I think that's
You'll
what
burn
I got
no fuel like this.
But you're not burning any laps either.
No.
That's okay.
But maybe it'll make some fuel while it's sitting here.
Now
take care there, AB King. Thank you for watching today.
Correct, but when they cross the line in about 50 feet, it'll be 5 laps to go.
Now we're sitting here with Terry Labonte in the 96 car. Terry Labonte has not had a top 5 finish in almost 3 years since he won at Darlington back in August of '03. Now he did have a top 10 finish last year at Richmond, but almost.
Okay, I need to take a break for just a moment here, folks. I know we're very close to the end, but I'm going to take a break here for just a minute. I'm going to put the loading screen up, and then we will do the finish of this race in just a sec. So hold on here, folks. I'm going to put the loading screen up here just so you can see me get back up here. So, okay, I'll be right back.